cantaloupe. Say cantaloupe.
Okay, when it's getting too far, cantaloupe. What's up, you guys? Welcome back to another episode of Life with G podcast. It's Taco Tuesday, and it's also live night for Life with G. It's your girl G, the Puerto Rican podcast princess, your favorite baby mama in the building, and we're gonna start it off with J. Aura.
It's high noon.
Hey man, say man, what it do? It's your boy JR. I just want everybody to know that I love them. Peace, love, and happiness. And I hope everybody just have a blessed Tuesday. That's all. That's all.
Love and happiness, and we got Zoe in the building.
Yo, what it is, what it ain't. You know what I'm saying? Welcome to this beautiful Tuesday. We appreciate y'all for sliding through once again. And you already know what UK finna do. Pop his shit.
We definitely finna pop our shit tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, if you thought we were done with did he do it or did he not, you are wrong, because everybody is talking about Kim Porter's tell-all book that she apparently wrote allegedly, but also didn't write allegedly. And we're going to get into it. We're going to get into all the names that she drops allegedly and the person behind dropping the actual tell-all book. But with Diddy's recent arrest, this shit is flying off the shelves, and it is now Amazon's #1 best-selling book that's out there, and we don't even know if it's legit or not. Have y'all heard about this?
Actually, I literally just when y'all start the rundown about it, I had asked like two people about it, and they said that they said that they've been heard about it, but they never found the book because of whatever reasons it never was printed. But they did hear about her writing a book, and this is my first time ever hearing about it. Though this is my first time ever hearing about it. Yeah.
Okay, JR, what have you heard in the streets about this new memoir from Kim Porter?
Look, man, I ain't gonna lie to you though. Like RIP to Kim Porter. Um,
Yes,
well,
rest
I
in
heard about
peace.
this a long time ago though. You know, this was a long time in the waiting. All those accusations and rumors came out a long time ago. So, you know, I mean, me personally, I didn't read the book. I haven't bought it. But I do hope that, you know, it gives, I don't know. I don't like it because the family still, you know, like this was like what, 6 years ago when she passed or something like that. And now the family pretty
Something
much
like
has
that.
to relive this whole situation all over again. And her trauma is being broadcast all over the world, you know what I'm saying, during this little Diddy situation. So, you know, I feel real sorry for the family and stuff though. But yeah, like it's a little extra to me if I'm being honest.
What part of the family? Like you're referring to her children
Well,
specifically?
that parents, sisters, brothers, aunties, uncles, everybody that, you know what I'm saying, just that was rooting for her to succeed in life. And the next thing you know it, she got dragged down by this nigga, the diddler. And then next thing you know it, like now they got to relive all the stuff that she had to go through. That shit is traumatizing even for the family. So, you know, big prayers up to them for real. But yeah, I don't really like it. I don't like it. I hope the book is real
Uh,
though.
I mean,
But I
yeah, I mean,
mean,
go ahead.
go ahead. No, I'm just saying like it's the it sucks that the family and the loved ones gotta really kind of relive it, but I mean it's doing what I'm assuming she wanted it to do. It just took 6 years to do it, but it's finally getting the attention that she was hoping that it got. I mean, it's sad that more people had to go through it, whatever the case was, but the awareness she was trying to been exposed the awareness about it or whatever the case was, and it's finally getting the attention now. So technically I think it is working for what she wanted it to
Mm-hmm.
finally do. It's just sad that
Allegedly.
allegedly it's just sad that it took like the media and him getting arrested on some whole nother extra on top of whatever the case was for her to get acknowledgement about whatever she was trying to get out. But yeah.
But is
Yeah.
it? Is it really? People are already saying, is it real? Is it fake? You know what I'm saying? Her trauma was real. Her experiences was real. But now they don't even, now they going to question it just because the book came out in the most opportune time for it to be financially benefited from.
I mean, come on people, let's look at it for what it is exactly. Like she's not benefiting anything from it now. Whoever else may have rights or whatever to the book, okay, yeah, they may be able to benefit from it, but I mean, the whole point of her talking about her experience or her alleged experiences, it's finally being read or seen
But what if I
or
made it
heard.
up? What if I wrote the book
What?
and I just wanted the money
So
grab?
Okay, that'll
so
become. Go ahead. My fault. Go
I,
ahead.
I was just gonna say, so before we get into this too deep, that is one of the biggest things. Like, Kim has now passed. How do we know that any of this is factual? Where is this information coming from? So Rolling Stone actually did an article on the person who wrote it. Now, he did use a ghostwriter name. The ghostwriter's name was like Jamal something, which I think is interesting, and I would like to highlight that. But it's actually a white man named Chris Todd, and he claims that he just randomly got these transcripts from two major music recording labels, but he won't divulge into which two those were, anything like that. He himself said he can't guarantee that this is real, but that he believes that it is. And if anything, this at least starts them asking the questions to hold these other people accountable and have these people tell their side of the story, because there are a lot of names that were dropped. For those of you who haven't already looked at a breakdown of it, there are a couple breakdowns on TikTok that go into great detail of the chapters so far that they've seen, and it was dropped before. So it was a little bit after Cassie did her lawsuit, it was dropped, and then because of Diddy's arrest, now the sales are skyrocketing through the roof. So now people are like, okay, now we want to go pay attention to that. But prior to, they really weren't paying it any mind, which I find interesting as well. So what do you guys think about the fact that it's this random white man who calls himself a journalist investigator that's actually the person who wrote this book?
Not surprised.
I mean,
I'm
not.
not surprised. It's all sneaky. I don't like sneaky shit, and it's all sneaky.
And I don't know why the fuck he used Jamal, other than bro, come on,
I
that's
mean,
that's crazy.
maybe for credential purposes though, right? So if you think about like just think about, oh, you can get likes or like, because it sounds black. Let's just be honest. It sounds black.
Yeah, of course,
Sound
yeah.
like a nigga. Sounds like
But that's what
her
I'm
group, her
saying. Like
culture.
I just feel like that automatically makes it like disingenuous. Like, why that though? You could have chose any ghostwriter name. Why did you want to do it like that?
I don't know. It just makes it harder to believe. And I don't like stuff that makes it harder to believe. I don't like those things.
Yeah.
And
I think it's
No,
a,
and
I think it's just him trying to really kind of like save face in a way. Like if this stuff is really if this stuff is real, if that stuff really did happen in the exact order that they're talking about it, um, he may or may not have been one of the people that was in the middle of it. So if he let's just be real. If they're finna, if people are gonna be deleted because of all of this stuff, and if people are, it's clear that a lot of people are keeping their mouth shut about it
mhm.
due to fear of whatever could come from it. So of course you just said it was a white guy, but if he could throw it off and kind of distance himself from being thought about as an involved person in it, but
Mhm.
still get the word out, get the story out. Maybe yeah, get the money too. Then yeah, like
I
if
mean,
he could,
so you think he's trying to take himself out of it so people can focus more on the story and just remove himself as a liable party?
I would think so. Yeah, even if he was one of the ones that literally was dealing in it, he probably participated as
Well,
far as not being a
he
victim.
wasn't. Yeah,
Oh,
no,
but
he wasn't. Chris Todd is completely removed from it based on his interview that he had with Rolling Stone. He has no affiliation with any of these people, and we're gonna get into that as well. He claims that he's solved a lot of murders like the Zodiac killer and things like that. He considers himself an investigator. So this is like sport for him. What's up, Shelly? Welcome into the chat. She said exactly, trying to make it relatable to the target audience, which is like, this is fucked up regardless of your race. So I found that interesting. But in the article from Rolling Stone, They said that Porter's family members and friends have insisted that this memoir is fake and is filled with fabricated bullshit and offensive pages. And Al B, who is Kim Porter's ex, there was quite a bit that was said about him in that memoir as well. So he's trying to file a suit. I'm sure a lot of other people, because she did drop a lot of names, or whoever dropped a lot of names, are probably going to follow up with lawsuits on this as well. And I don't know how concerned Todd is with the story itself, because in the article he mentioned that he wanted people to focus on him and his accomplishments for piecing all of this together in an investigator capacity. So
See, that's the
I don't know.
problem.
I don't know. It's like, if he's doing it and he's coming out with facts and he got this, and he really feels like, okay, I put it all together and there you go. I can't really be too mad about that, but it's difficult because all of these people that are going to sit there like I'll be, oh, yeah, that's bullshit. Of course, you're going to say that's bullshit. She alleged that you had a threesome with her and Diddy, and that you and Diddy enjoyed the threesome with just the twosome, and she was left out of it and she was confused. Of course, Al B is going to be like, that's bullshit. I'm going to file a lawsuit. All of these people that were mentioned that have a reason to be upset are culpable for some pretty crazy shit based on those pages. That's all I'm
Ex-
saying.
But that's exactly what you're saying. Exactly, I think you're very much along the right lines because like all the names that's being exposed, them people, if they've been working all these years so hard to keep it under wraps to make sure nobody knows the truth about how they really live in their life, of course that what they call that defamation of character.
Exactly.
Hmm.
So like whose
Yeah.
business, like in their head is like that's not your business to tell or whatever the case is, you know what I'm saying? So of course they're gonna like, man, nah, I'm finna sue. Because if they don't say nothing at all, then the world is gonna be like, oh, you must have did it. But if they say that, like, man, you lying on my name, give me money for it. Not only are they getting a benefit financially from it, but also they're still trying to save face. Like,
It's
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know. That's extra though, because you're right about that defamation of character. It's all alleged. You know what I'm saying? It's all up for
mhm.
speculation, and because it is, if you name in real people in scenarios, that is pretty much defamation of character. So it's weird that you come off as an alias, but then you also come out as yourself, saying that you use the book. And the only thing to do that is for you to be able to gain, money from it. So I don't know. It's it's
yeah,
a
And I
it's a
mean,
weird
hey,
yeah,
situation.
it is very weird situation.
kudos to you. If you're finding shit out for the greater good and you're putting the truth out there and you're advancing on your career, kudos to you. That's what you should be doing, what you love to do.
I think a
Clearly
lot
he
of those
loves to do that. He's passionate about it.
I think a lot of those people still because if it really is that deep and it's getting and that mean it's way more if we're just not hearing about whatever the case is or the alleged
But that's
events.
we're not though. We're not. Like we're
I,
hearing new scenarios as far as like we're hearing different names in this book. But as far as like the behavior and the general profile of Diddy and what it was like to be in and around his circle, everybody has been saying that, which makes these pages that much more credible. And he could have went to all the conspiracy theory YouTube videos and just regurgitated that and said it was what was given to him. We will never know, probably. But the fact of the matter is that that information is also coming from people that are coming out of that inner circle. Look at the interview with Cat Williams. Jaguar Wright talks about it all the time. And we talked about that when we were talking about Diddy's episode last time. Speaking of, they have a podcast that they're about to do together where they're going to be discussing the whole Diddy thing. So that's going to be an interesting watch. But yeah, I don't know. It's a mind fuck. But if it was real, a lot of the allegations we're getting into that Illuminati realm heavy. Like it's definitely Illuminati coded. Do y'all believe in the Illuminati? I just got to put it out there. I got to ask.
I mean, let me be honest though. If you telling me that it went from Illuminati sacrificing goats and potentially people and stuff like that to baby oil freak offs, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm a little highly disappointed in them. That's me personally. Like
It's deeper
What
than
do
that,
you
though, bro.
mean?
like
It's
they
deeper
not
than that, though,
finding
bro.
they not finding cauldrons and robes. They talk about they found baby oil. You know what I'm saying? I want if he was really about that, I would hope they found the basement with, you know what I'm saying, that stuff and stuff. But
The
they
stuff.
found weapons and
Okay.
baby oil. That ain't like, what the fuck is that?
I
Well,
mean,
Weapons
but
and
I
it's deeper than that, though. It's deeper than that. You gotta understand, like, yeah, like that's the all of that baby stuff, baby oil and weapons. That's just the physical aspect of of things. Like, it's a lot of that stuff is spiritual, and we're like rituals. You get what I'm
and
saying? Like,
we're gonna get into that because that's what I'm saying. Like this book definitely does not shy away from the spiritual realm of Hollyweird these days, and has been a thing that's been talked about in all these conspiracy theories. It's definitely in there. Do want to take a moment just to welcome in Culture Junkie.
what's good with you, my
Say
bro?
hello, friend.
coach in the the building. You know what I'm saying? I'm a dog, big dog.
Can't hear him. I can't hear him.
No, he
Culture,
still ain't.
but
He ain't turned his mic on yet.
oh. Well, but he's in here. Y'all, I see y'all watching. Be sure to join the convo. We're about to get into all of these crazy allegations that's in Kim Porter's alleged tell-all book. Ramses, what's up? Thank you for commenting and joining the convo. Ramsey said, we only know what the FBI wants us to know. They're not going to release all the evidence before the trial. That's what I'm saying. The timing of this stuff is crazy. So
That's a
after
little extra.
Cassie, something set Cassie off. But based on the memoir from Kim Porter, that was kind of like his MO. Like even if you tried to move on, there was no moving on. I know we had that theory about maybe he threatened her and that's what made her snap and file the lawsuit. But I don't know. I think he pissed several people off. They're talking about J Lo in this book, Jamie Foxx, Lil Bow Wow, Justin Bieber, Usher, which we knew that. Matter of fact, you can look at the thumbnail of this here video and you can see Faith Evans, Biggie, Tupac is talked about. So that conspiracy is also in this tell-all book. And some of the stuff, like the people were fact checking on TikTok, like, wait a minute, I never heard about this. Let me Google it. Like one of his guys taking the fall for a shooting that J-Lo and him were at a club. Do y'all remember that?
Yeah, I remember that.
I
Right. So
do.
in the
But
tell
that
all
was a
book,
weird situation. Like they said, he shot old girl, got shot in the nose, and him and J Lo, they was in a Lincoln. They was driving away. The cops went on a chase. The driver told them that Diddy, told him don't stop, keep going. And then Diddy gave that dude what, $50,000 or $500,000. I forgot, it was like some $1,000 for him to say that the weapon belonged to him. So he went down for it. But then they fucking had somebody testify against him to really take the full fall and shit. And he felt like that shit was kind of, outlandish. So I don't run
yeah,
it past
his
Diddy.
name was Sean. So it was so that was in there talking about how he orchestrated the beef
But that's what I'm
between
saying. Like
Tupac and
if
Biggie.
I wanted to write this book, I could have wrote this book off of just
It's tough though.
accusations. And that's what I'm saying.
Right.
It ain't telling us nothing we ain't already, like, you can
But
find this
where
shit
is this
years
coming
ago.
from in the first place? Like, but my thing is, I mean, hell, it's a good read. Just listening to the synopsis of it, it is juicy as fuck. It is definitely a good read, and it all kind of makes sense.
That's
It
the
all kind of
motive.
makes sense, but I really don't understand like the basis of it. You know how like you get like a villain's like origin story, and you can kind of look at it and be like, okay, that's the moment where they decided to be the biggest dickhead known to fucking man. And
Yeah.
everything that I hear about Diddy, I don't understand when that moment occurred, like what snapped in his head to make him be like, you know what? I'm
Seriously?
gonna traffic. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do. I mean, what
Seriously?
I've said, I haven't heard it in his story yet. What made him snap to go from being satisfied of just being a mogul and good at what he does to go into that lane? He was
What do you
making good money outside of it.
what do you think happens after you make a bunch of money?
Money, money
You
is the
get
root.
bored.
Money is the root of all evil. You ever watch? You ever watch? Not Hunger Games. Squid Games.
Mm-hmm.
Squid Games. At the end of the movie, um, mind you, it was about a bunch of trillionaires and people that got like unlimited wealth, and they were basically trying to say how once you get to those levels, well, once those people got to those levels, they wanted like what else was there? Like they was thinking like, what else is there to do in life? At that point, they had so much money and power, they played games with other people's lives.
Mm-hmm.
Like that was their entertainment. That's how they got aroused. So I don't see like once you have a certain amount, there's people that's really just really like twisted in the head, and that's their way of entertaining themselves,
No, he's right.
playing with playing with other people's lives.
I think that's what did
How
it. I
else?
mean, the nigga named Puff Daddy. Like Puff Daddy. The nigga was already extremely arrogant and probably narcissistic at a very like early. And then he had Biggie, who was doing big stuff. Bad Boys Entertainment. Bad Boys for Life. We ain't. Like the nigga was really feeling like he was on top of the world. Had West Coast, East Coast beef going on, making buku money from it. And me personally, I still do believe that he's the one that got both of them terminated. That's me personally. But you know,
Yeah, talk about that.
And
it's still allegedly, but if he did, it would make sense because he got paid for it. Put all these
yeah,
other people on, got paid for it, and then start having these parties and doing just nasty stuff. And then after money comes power. That's all he wanted was power, and that's what he got. So
it's all about
I would,
greed as well too. Like you feel me? Like he there's people that commit crimes just for the rush of it. It's not even they already made the money that they dreamed of doing these crimes. It's people that just do it just to do it and just get that satisfaction. Like look at Bonnie
but
and
there was
Clyde. Like
right,
Bonnie and Clyde,
right.
you feel me? Like
According to the memoir, there was a spiritual motivation. She accuses, or I have trouble saying she. For the purposes of this podcast, I'm gonna say it that way because she allegedly wrote the book. But fast forward or rewind to the beginning, and we talked about how we don't know if this is real, so allegedly. But she talked about how Diddy got involved with voodoo and things like that, not to demonize those things, but that he went into the darker route, and so he started engaging in certain ceremonies and rituals and things like that that weren't the nicest, putting curses on people allegedly. And the people that she mentions that are participating in the rituals themselves are Will Smith, Jada Pinkett Smith, Jamie Foxx, Usher.
I mean
The list goes on and on.
coming from a
Um,
Haitian, that that's
Dwayne The Rock Johnson was mentioned along with Will Smith. There's a lot. There's a lot of big name celebrities all at the top, all at the tippy top, all getting name dropped in there. And it makes sense.
what my
And
boy
they've
Cat
been at the
say?
parties. What?
What my boy Cat Williams say at the beginning of this year? What'd he say?
What he said? All the truths are gonna get exposed.
All of it. All of it's gonna get exposed one way or
yeah.
another. He said it.
I mean
Yeah.
all
Look
my
what's going
life,
on.
all my life, Haitians have always got picked on for voodoo and witchcraft and stuff. So, even though if people really go do like their history research, you'll know that like it really didn't originate in Haiti. But coming from a Haitian, that stuff is real. Like voodoo is very real. Like that's a real
Mm-hmm.
thing. It's a religion. It's a religion that's filled with like curses and rituals, and you have to feed these demons that you idolize, and you have to feed them and give them what they want. So if that demon wants sexual courses to happen as a ritual, no matter how evil and demonic it is, if that's what the demon is requiring for you to get what you're praying for, then yeah, like that's a real
Yeah,
thing. Like
and that's definitely their belief for those who do practice those sorts of things. So it's like it her bringing that into just again furthers that Illuminati thing. I know we try to stray away from it when we talked about Diddy initially, but there's no turning the other cheek on this one. Before we get into the actual allegations of the
no pun
ceremonies,
intended.
um, what's up, Ricky? Welcome to the chat. Ricky said, "What y'all think of the Missouri case?" I'm not familiar with the Missouri case. Do y'all know what that is?
Nah.
Put us
Can you
on, Ricky.
elaborate? Can you
Yeah, put us
elaborate,
on.
Ricky?
Talking about.
Yeah. Like the
Um,
video too, Ricky. Appreciate you.
yes. Like,
Yeah,
share, comment,
subscribe.
subscribe,
Yes,
join the
sir.
chat. I know this one's a little less lighthearted, but it's just I'm fascinated with this tell all book. So one of the things that she mentioned was the fact that Diddy was very, very excited that she was pregnant and that he called Will Smith, according to the book. Will Smith was the first person that he called, and then he came back and he said, "Baby, we're all so excited and engaging in these ceremonies, these sexual ceremonies, right?" Apparently, he told her that part of the rite of passage was everybody was going to have to sleep with her prior to her giving birth. So even like I
Feed
and the
that
reason
baby.
I'm bringing this up too is not only is it crazy and like what the fuck, but JR, you mentioned something about how this could deeply affect the families. I can only imagine how her children feel hearing things like this about like, damn, like that's what happened, especially if it's not true. This is a lot of shit's getting brought up here, and it's very sensitive topics as well.
That's just it's always weird to me when people bring other people into it, because then it makes me really think about it. Like, are you that type of person? Like, are you really that type of person? Will Smith, you Will, like, I don't see most of these people. Like, Will Smith was never on top of the world for real. Not really.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't have to this day. He probably still don't have that Diddy money. Diddy's a
Let me let me let
billionaire.
me let me interject. Let me interject on that because it's a lot of people that only wants to play their part and don't care about limelight.
But what's the
They don't care about the
benefit?
limelight.
What's the I don't see people doing things this disgusting, this grotesque, without a benefit, a huge benefit. Like, I can
But
understand some of
the
these
benefit could
rappers
be
doing it for fame or whatever, but
the
Will Smith?
the benefit could be the simple fact of staying relevant. The benefit could be the fact of keeping that specific amount of income residual.
And
Like there
Diddy
could
gonna
be
be the
so
one
many.
to do it for you? You see what I'm
There
saying?
could
Like,
be.
Diddy?
It's not. But the thing is, see, and that's something that G said on the last podcast when she was asking the question, how deep does it really go? Because Diddy, Diddy really probably was just the face, just like Jeff Epstein. He probably was just the face. There's probably way bigger, more powerful people that's really behind it. They was just the face. They
We
were
talked
just the
about that.
person. They were just the person. Like Diddy was probably just a recruiter. You know what I'm saying?
But
Like
we talked about that. Matter of fact, I do want to mention. Did y'all see that he was put on
Suicide Watch? Yeah,
suicide watch?
yeah.
And like literally, Jr. We had just done the episode about Diddy. Jr. had just said like if he tries to, then you know he was a pawn, and if he was a pawn, then who the fuck was calling the shots when he had that much power? I remember you said that, and I was like, damn, Jr.
And
called it. I do want to get to the comments really quickly, and then we will get back to the Kim Porter memoir discussion. Ricky said Missouri executes Marcellus Williams with lethal injection today at 6 p.m. Innocent black man with bias court. I'm gonna be honest, I haven't heard about that. I don't know too much on it, so I don't want to speak on it too much.
Yeah, I'm
JR,
gonna
do you have
look it
any
up.
comments?
I'm gonna look it up though, because a lot of people like to say innocent, innocent, innocent. You know what I'm saying? And it's supposed to be innocent until proven guilty, right? So a biased court. Did he have a jury? I gotta look all up into it, man, because I'll be seeing stuff
Yeah.
and
yeah,
I'm not
same.
really like, and I mean, hearts and prayers go out to the family for having to lose somebody in general, no matter what happens. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I definitely want to look at it then and see what happened. I guess he's already gone. It said today at 6 p.m. So yeah, he's already been executed. So yeah,
Shit.
I mean, really,
I think I did. I think I did see
condolences.
a
Yeah,
lot of stuff going around for petitions and stuff like that. I do remember seeing that vaguely while I was scrolling, but
I
yeah,
haven't
I
seen
don't know the details on it.
somebody with the death
I'm
penalty. I haven't seen a death penalty in a long time.
in a while, in a while.
yeah. Nah, that still exists. It's
Oh,
certain
I know.
For
states, but it
sure.
still exists.
Oh, I know.
For
YM
sure.
It's
YM
good.
Welly. YM Melly. You know what I'm saying?
Not to not to like make light of that situation, but that's an interesting point too. Like say Diddy is found guilty of all of these terrible, horrible, disgusting things. How do y'all feel like what do you guys feel like would be sufficient punishment
Let's be
for these
honest.
crimes?
Let's be honest. If these things come out to be true, and there are, I think, I think, unless Diddy is very loyal to whoever those higher powered people are, and really does keep his mouth shut, which if he keeps his mouth shut, he's gonna probably face the death penalty or whatever the case is. But if they think that he's gonna open his mouth, they're gonna feel like they have to. There's like, you gotta think about it. We talking about politicians, we talking about doctors, lawyers, we talking about councilmen, we talking about
Everybody.
owners of Fortune 500 companies, artists, lower end people. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
It
Yeah, no,
depends,
I mean
bro.
it's a whole orchestration.
you know what I'm
A lot of
saying?
people,
We're talking about a bunch of people who
but
really
to be
have a
honest,
lot
if
to
they
do with the
really
way the
wanted
world
to,
spins.
if they have that much power, if they really, really wanted to, they ain't gotta wait for like they just can just off his ass.
But that's my point, though. That's what I'm saying. Like, that death penalty wouldn't even hit whatever consequence that people would
I mean,
want
that
him
could be
to have.
the consequence for it, but
You know what I'm
I don't
saying?
I don't know, but that's definitely something to think about because those claims are pretty crazy. Welcome in, Carrie. Carrie said, "Happy Tuesday, happy Tuesday. It's Taco Tuesday and live night for Life with G. Y'all don't forget to like the episode, share the episode, get people in on the conversation. Thank you guys for joining the convo." Ramsey said, "Will Smith has Grammys, a Golden Globe, and an Academy Award. He's been in a bunch of blockbusters, and his kids are in music. He definitely has motivation for sure." For sure, for sure.
Motivation for
Culture
what?
junkie
That's what I'm saying. Motivation
to
for what?
continue to continue doing what he got to do to stay at a higher
I have,
level.
I have a question. I have a
That doesn't
question
make a lot of
because
sense.
Well,
I have a
can I?
question.
Okay.
I do have a question, and it's somewhat along how like Jr. is coming about it too. Why is it that when people do very great things, um, black people specifically, because it do seem like it usually is the black colored people that gets these such horrible backlashes about being successful in life. Why is it that when you're successful at doing so many great things, it's always tied to, oh, they must have sold their soul, they must have been worshiping the devil, they, like, there's no, like, do people not believe that, like, you could be you could have a good relationship with the Almighty and be just as successful?
Nah.
Uh,
Is that
I would
is that
ask.
really what's really
I would
in? Is
ask the
that
industry that
impossible?
though, because it's not so much these things didn't come from nowhere. A lot of the people who are in the industry who claim that they've been blackballed because they wouldn't participate in certain things,
Yeah.
or they will openly talk about in music and things like that. They'll allude to, "I sold my soul. I gave you. You have no idea what I had to do to get to where I was." Like
Yeah,
the people who are in the music industry are the ones that are providing a lot of this insider information as well. But then they get blackballed. They get called crazy. Like we went again when we did the episode on Diddy, we went in on all of that stuff. So it's like it's coming from a source, and I don't think that, at least from what I've seen, it happens to white celebrities as well. Anybody who has status. J Lo, Latina, she gets the Illuminati things as well. So I think it's hitting everybody who has status, and they start to show the same characteristics, like the symbols, or they start to say similar things, like I had to do this to get that. I
It's
mean,
the it's the it's
it's
the
on
big
them.
guys, man. It's the really really big guys. Like Hollywood is not ran by black people. Like the government's not ran by black people, man. Like I'm gonna be honest with you. These a lot of these black actors and athletes, and they're just pawns, bro. Just pawns. That's all they are, pawns. And if there is a Illuminati, which I'm not saying there's not, because I truly believe that there is, but again, it's allegations and accusations. But if there really was some Illuminati, bro, I'm pretty sure and almost positive it's not built off of Jay-Z or, you know what I'm saying, black people. I'm pretty sure they're all pawns, all of them, each and every one of them. And that's why this Diddy thing, that's why, the Epstein thing, that's why he was gone. I believe he was gone because he gonna say names, and you can't talk to them big folk. Them big folk like, nah, we gotta get rid of you. We don't care what happens. We need to get rid of you. You know what I'm saying? And I think they believe he just did his own thing. Was like, yeah, I'm gonna go do this and do that, and did his own thing. He get caught, cut him loose. Same thing with Diddy. Diddy want to go do his own thing after he was already probably in that thing, and then they gonna have to cut him loose somehow too. Because if Diddy start talking, which I think Diddy will start talking, but the problem is they got the tapes. They got the tapes and they got the video. They got all kinds of stuff they said.
That's what I think.
Even if he talk, how you gonna like? What would they give him for talking? Honestly,
Immunity.
You think they would let him? If they give this pil de mierda immunity and he did all this shit,
if it's to get
this is why I don't. But I know I get it, but at the same time, it's like, damn it, bro. That's why people don't trust the justice system. Because a case like this, like you been knew he was committing crimes, and you just sat back and you watched. And you watch and you watch and you watch until it's huge like this. How many people were affected if he was actually doing this? How many people are we watching get affected just to get the big buy? I'm just saying.
But
that's why people start to take matters into their own hands. Because it's never. I just think he should be under the jail if he did all of those things.
What about the big guys who's just gonna take Diddy out
them
and
as
put
well,
a new one in?
As well, but I just don't. I don't understand the whole like. Okay, like
then why would he talk?
He's gonna be gone either way.
Why would he talk if he ain't got immunity? Like if you don't have the immunity, why would you even talk? I understand why you would hate him. I'm not a lawyer,
so I don't think about that stuff. I just think about like just what's right is right, what's wrong is wrong.
Yeah, and if all of this, again, if all of this accusations and allegations are true about Diddy, if it is true, which we believe that it is, but if it was true, then they just replace them and keep doing it with somebody else. I would rather go after the big dogs to stop the entire thing, because Diddy, Diddy can't do that ever again. You let Diddy go, there's no way he can do anything ever again. But them big dogs,
didn't he still have the house parties after they started looking into stuff and everything? Didn't he still continue?
Yeah, but that's because everything was straight allegations. People are just like, he's fruity, he's weird allegations. But now,
right? But I feel like at that point, I would start to kind of like chill out a little bit. Like, let me try to change the narrative. Like, who's this publicist?
No, now nobody's going to his shit.
It's just all he say, she say.
Yup.
But he did, he did make a big show. He gave all the masters back to his artists shortly after the Cassie situation happened. So I think that was a PR move.
But exactly though, because they was talking about how shitty he was as a manager and as a record label and everything.
But on top of this memoir coming out, Don, do y'all remember that show that he did, the Making the Band? There was like Day 26, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then, you know what? Hold on, give me one. Don't let me forget that I'm talking about this. I've ignored the comments. I'm so sorry, you guys. Culture Junkie said, Jaguar Wright been telling on Diddy for years. Yeah, but if they just off him, then they look suspicious. That's true. And Culture said, nah, majority black people are just the fall. Also true. Ricky said it's a lot that Justin Bieber, Usher, Meek Mill, J-Lo allegation, mostly Justin Bieber and Usher allegations is crazy to me. What y'all think? I have seen so many videos of Justin Bieber just looking like a shell of a human, and they claim it's because of this situation. But this also happened when he was younger, right? So is it like they're saying he's just now overcome with just like everything that's coming out is just too much for him? I don't know.
I think it's drugs.
Well, and then there's that theory. No, but if it did happen, it could be drugs. You got to listen. Some people choose to cope different ways, right? So who knows? That could also have to do with the heavy drug usage in Hollywood as well. If they're trying to numb certain things that are going on in their day to day, like you might want to not feel like yourself if you went through some shit like that. Yeah. Carrie said, interesting conversation. Thank you very much. Thank you. Don't forget to suggest topics that you guys want to hear us talk about as well. Culture Junkie said they aren't allegations. People just don't believe shit. People just don't believe. People don't believe it. But I feel like from every rumor, there's a little bit of truth. Man, and for this rumor to have spiraled so big, it's like
for so long.
And then the evidence. The baby oil.
In order to be a great man, the devil is a great deceiver because he knows how to tell you a little bit of truth and twist it.
Mm-hmm.
A great liar is gonna give you just a little bit of truth, and then change the narrative to get you to fall into whatever they're trying to get you to fall into. That's just how it go. Like you 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 just have to be smart enough to be able to decipher and take everything that's being filter everything that's being put out, and,
That's
and,
true.
and decipher what pieces are the truth and read in between the lines.
Culture Junkie is demanding to be let in this motherfucker. I think I think he's trying to get the episode banned at this very moment. He's determined. He said, JR, fix my mic. No, I'm playing with you, Culture.
Yes,
Culture
man.
is
My
really into
dog in
conspiracy
here.
theories and all that stuff. So I know he's
Same.
just itching to
I think
say
all of us
something.
are. I think all of
Oh,
us are.
did you okay, so one of the things, right? Everybody's been like, damn, but the baby oil, 1,000 bottles of baby oil. So they're getting it tested. Have we seen I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Culture's talking about me chewing. I'm so sorry. Listen, this Chipotle bowl is very delicioso. Anyways, um, the baby oil. Have they gotten back the test results to determine that it in fact was solely baby oil? Because there's theories that it could be drugs.
I mean, it could be. Don't get me wrong, but with
Or
I
at
that
wanted
least
y'all to
many,
have
with
a more
drugs.
dramatic react. Hold on.
Or at
I'm gonna
least with
drop
drugs.
the hold on. I'm gonna say it again and y'all are gonna give me more of a shock factor.
All
I
right.
don't
oh
like
shit,
that. All right.
All right. Try it again.
The
Go on.
baby oil, because they're saying that it could be drugs. I know. See, that's what I'm talking about. See, y'all can do it. That's what I'm saying. Give me energy. Anyways, no, but for real though. So that doesn't surprise you.
nah, not even a little bit.
Yeah.
Me neither.
Actually, I would
Not really.
hope it would be drugs because that much baby oil is absolutely concerning. That shit is wild,
He's like,
nigga.
please let it be drugs because otherwise, what are you doing?
With that
Yeah,
much
no,
baby
that's
oil.
that's
Yeah,
crazy.
that's no nigga is that ashy, bro. I don't care what you say.
Yeah,
I swear
I
to
know.
you.
I got on here for the P Diddy episode, and I tried to go that angle with the argument of like, but he does house orgies and parties and stuff. I mean, of course, but the more videos that I saw on TikTok about how far one bottle of baby oil could go, I'm like, okay, I get it now. I think it's drugs. So I'll be interested to see when they come back with the
I
results
mean,
for that.
there's a few substances that, and that could be one of the ways if these things were really happening allegedly, that could be a thing. Like he would probably be rubbing the baby oil on. There's drugs that like once it come in contact with your skin, it seeps into your pores. So if he's
Mhm.
rubbing, if it's laced with whatever, like for instance, like fentanyl, like if it's laced with like fentanyl, you rubbing this stuff on the people's body, they getting high off of it and not even knowing that the whole time, like they getting really doped up with this stuff. You get what I'm saying?
If it's
Like
fentanyl, wouldn't they be dead?
it's a certain
Nah,
amount. It's a
yeah,
certain amount.
fentanyl
It's
is
a certain amount.
I
bad.
don't know if y'all ever seen the amount of fentanyl that can kill somebody, but it's the tiniest little
I know.
amount.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yes, but if it's being mixed with something else, it may be it's a
Diluted.
specific portion. Yeah, if it's diluted with something else, it could be a specific portion that's in there, and then once you shake it up or whatever else, however, I don't know. I'm
And
just
not
throwing
just
things
that,
out
if
there.
you
I
put it on
don't
your
really know,
skin,
but
it's probably not gonna make that big of a contact compared to you ingesting it as easy. You know
I
what I'm
don't know.
saying?
I can't say that. I can't say that because rest in peace to one of my people's people. Um, um, he was busting down. He was busting down the like work of like a brick of fentanyl, and because he like it was he had like direct contact with his hands and he wasn't properly dealing with whatever, he died from the contact, just the contact of it.
Type shit. Then
Yeah, so it's like it is that serious, but
Damn.
it's a specific amount, mind you. I just said he was busting down the whole brick of it. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, it is a specific amount. So
Yeah,
yeah, they tripping.
yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, I
Culture
don't
Junkie
trust it.
said they use FET in the med field. Yeah, that's true. I want to talk about something because one thing that keeps popping up on my news feed when we're talking about all this P Diddy stuff is what could be the reason why all this shit is popping off the way that it is now. The media coverage is crazy. And you know, there's that theory of when they're trying to, when something over here is happening, is because what's it called? You show your hand to
Misdirection.
hide your. You show your what's the thing?
Mis-
I show you my face to hide my hand or some shit. Y'all know what I'm
it's
talking
called
about,
misdirection.
right?
Yeah,
Okay,
Mister.
right.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
there
yeah.
was a,
Just,
a
just to
phrase
throw it
that
on the
went
top.
with it. But
Yeah.
yes, misdirection. So people are talking about that and they're like, "Well, what could it be that it's trying to distract us from?" So have y'all noticed any other crazy shit that's going on that it's like, "Damn, I didn't even realize that cuz I was so focused on this."
No, I think this was what they were hiding. I think they were using the
What you think?
election with Trump and Kamala and going off about that to hide the fact that these motherfuckers was coming after Diddy. And I think that's what it is. And now that the Diddy stuff is out, it's got too many big wigs in it. And I think
You
that's what it
think
is. Yeah.
you
I
think that the presidential election was a distraction to Diddy?
The
it,
whole assassination attempts and stuff that they try to point
yeah,
out, I think they were trying to hide the fact
I can
that Diddy's
concur.
going down. And Cat Williams told y'all. Remember, Cat Williams said at the beginning of
I
the
can
year while
concur.
they were already
Which
investigating, this
Cause you got to
motherfucker's
think,
about to
G.
come out of the woodwork.
You
And
got to
I
think,
think this is
G.
really it.
It's the simple
I
fact
don't
of
know.
it's the you got to think though, G. It's the simple fact that so many powerful people that really have they control what goes on in the world are part of it. So if
Yeah, but
Diddy gets exposed and he starts to really run his mouth and start name dropping for real, or whoever else starts to name drop, because they can't, all the people involved, they can't go and kill all those people.
right, but what okay, yes, this affects the big wigs and the stuff like that. But normally these sorts of things happen as a distraction to what's going to affect Hollywood and the motherfuckers with money, but what's going to affect all of us here that are
Exactly.
sitting back watching the spectacle. So how does respectfully he did he doing this in his circle of his celebrities and taking advantage of people that are trying to get into the business? How does that correlate to affecting us in a mass way over, say, the presidential election if something is up with that? Is what I'm saying. I'm just surprised that you think that
Um,
the presidential election could affect the masses less than the P Diddy situation enough to make them want to use that as a distraction. I felt like
Financially,
it would be the opposite.
financially, if let's say P Diddy is able to stay alive and testify, and he dropped these names, that shakes up all of
Mm.
Hollywood completely. Hollywood is so. Do you know
like it
these
shakes up the
basketball
world.
players have more influences than the president? These actors have more influence than world leaders and Congress and everything else. The motherfuckers can't,
That's true.
not as much influence as these people. So yeah, these people are coming out and they don't want it to. I wouldn't be surprised if there's some black shooting or something else they're going to try to cover up soon, real soon, to get people off this Diddy thing, because they know people's attention span are very small. So right now they're letting it ride with Diddy, and now they're talking about baby oil, and now everything's a fucking meme, even though we don't know what's really going on. We don't know what's
Yeah,
on those
we
videos. We don't. They're hiding too much
I'm
shit.
not.
They're saying names we already
can
know.
we
They're not bringing out nothing else. I'm just saying
I'm not.
it's some
I'm
Can
not.
we
stuff
speak
coming.
on that for a moment? This is such serious allegations, but the one thing about it, the one thing that I've loved, especially since COVID, the internet is good for making light of any situation. And y'all, whoever comes up with these memes, I just want to shake your hand because y'all are coming up with the funniest
Oh
shit.
God.
And now that I'm thinking about it, I wish we had a whole Rolodex of it. But I don't want to laugh at the situation. I don't want to laugh about it. But
I
damn, it's
do.
funny. If this all
Laughter is
turns
good
out to be
for the soul.
fake, then it's
I don't want to laugh.
definitely funny. But
I don't want to laugh at. I don't want to laugh at nobody. I just want to laugh. Laughter is good for the soul.
Shoot, I
Bring
can.
bring ha- bring some type of happiness and joy to a very dark and demonic situation. And
yeah, no, that's very true. One thing that I saw that was hitting the blogs major was that all of the board of directors for 23andMe resigned all within the same week. Did y'all hear about that?
nope.
No, I didn't. You know what 23andMe is?
23. Yeah, I was just gonna ask you
I'm
what's that.
saying I'm trying to think of what this could be a distraction from because
I
that's a
am not.
genetic testing.
Now, I am not religious. I'm not a religious person, but I really do believe in having a relationship with God, and living a specific way that God meant for us as a human race to live. And I just
Mhm.
think this just could be one of the signs of end times if a lot of powerful people that really have the real say souls of what's going to happen in on this earth, and this potentially could be the beginning of all of that really being exposed and not just theories and assumptions anymore.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think
Mm.
that's the whole thing again, back to the
And
Cat
and, and,
Williams,
and that
he said it.
and that goes into what JR was just saying about um all of the other stuff as far as Trump being president or him going against Camilla and all of this. That stuff could be a distraction to try to wing people off of the fact that a lot of this stuff is really a lot of these people that really have high real serious power on the decisions on how we live our life on a regular basis are going to be put out to the forefront, and this really could awaken the masses.
I mean, I
Seriously.
think we're in the age of awakening anyways. Like all of this stuff has
No.
been in the
And with that
works
being
for
said, and
I'm
with that being
serious.
said,
We're in the age of Aquarius. Aquarius is all about awakening, the truth being found out and stuff. If y'all really look into the different, like, there's a lot. It's not just Christianity that talks about end times looking like this. You have other spiritual avenues that predict things like this. This is the age of awakening. We're seeing the truth.
I don't think you
That's
understand
just
how
what it
big
is.
these people. Let me tell you exactly how big
I
these
do
people are.
understand. I understand
Okay.
how big they are.
Okay. Well, let me
I
explain to
do.
you.
I,
The entertainment industry isn't
uh-huh.
just ran by just the entertainment industry. It's not like a guy just does that. These are bigger
yeah,
people,
nah,
as
Right.
in they run the
these are
news too.
really
As in they're gonna
they
run
run.
what they want on the news too.
No,
Yeah,
I
So
get
they're
that. I
not
get that.
getting exposed. There's no. I'm telling you, they will terminate these niggas before they
they
get
will,
Wait,
exposed.
and they will
okay.
terminate the
But
world before they let
so
the truth
what
come out.
that's
Real talk.
that's a conspiracy theory too. That and I believe it. And I believe that. But the thing is like I think we all kind of know the truth. We know that there's shady shit going on. We know that this stuff happens. Otherwise, where is this shit even coming from? It's not just being fabricated out of nowhere. Whether it's Diddy that did it or Diddy that didn't do it, whatever, whoever, somebody out there doing something, goddamn it, and that's where this shit coming from.
No, I don't
That's
think
all,
it's
and that's
somebody.
the real problem.
I don't think it's somebody. I think it's a very. I think it's a very. I can't say a very large group of people, but it's a
It
group.
is definitely a huge orchestration, and it's
Yeah,
definitely worldwide.
and it's getting knocked down. I think that God is allowing it to get knocked down, and before they let God win, they rather just take everybody out.
Do you
Yeah,
think
but
now this is not to take away from spirituality, but we don't think that access to social media and being able to like how we are, we're able to just get up and start a podcast and start sharing our opinions and things that we've researched. Do we not think that that has to do with people becoming quote unquote unmasked in these situations? We're able to share information with each other like we never had before
you don't think those
across
people get
countries.
you don't think those people get censored? You remember the whole censor
No,
just
for
like 3 years
sure.
ago they had super
Mhm.
censorship on everything. Remember the COVID situation? COVID, if you even say
Yeah,
COVID, you were censored. You were, you know what I'm saying? I think it was
yeah.
like something banned. I forgot what they call it. Like what they used to call it? Channel banned or something, but you were never really banned,
Shadow
but
ban.
Shadow
shadow
ban.
banned. Yeah, they were
I
shadow
get
ban
shadow
people.
banned all the time. Shout out culture. I've been shadow banned once or twice after live bans. Shout out culture. Woo woo woo.
But I'm just saying
Anyways,
though, like they've always tried to censor stuff. These people always had this type of power, and like even I think Facebook even said it. Facebook said they got from the CIA or from the FBI that they had to run it some certain type of way for this, that, and the third. Like this shit goes all the way up. If you're telling me the FBI is the one that rated him, and then FBI is also the ones that can censor stuff. It's like, come on now. Like, what do you really think is going on? Like, these people are way, way above anybody else's pay grade.
Man,
They're not getting brought to
so
light.
but okay. So who I keep forgetting about the comments again, but culture is here with us to share his
Hello,
words.
motherfuckers.
what they do?
Hello.
Oh, my fucking mic working. Thank you, JR, for fixing my shit. Even if you didn't fix my shit, just take the thank you, my nigga.
Jesus, is that you?
It's me.
Wow, Jesus.
The
That's
Illuminati
sacrilege.
has
I'm
stepped in the
sorry.
building. That's why I'm sorry I'm late,
Now,
y'all. I just got out my Illuminati meeting.
I don't think that's Jesus. I don't
I
think
just
that's
got
Oh, that's
Jesus.
why I took it back. I said that's sacrilege. I mean, I'm sorry.
I don't know now. You know, illumination mean light. Jesus is light.
Well, that's another factor. People should
Oh,
do the
that's a whole
That's another
other. We
thing,
need
though.
to do
That's
a
another
conspiracy
thing.
theory
I thought y'all
series.
niggas was trying to go down a rabbit hole. Oh, never mind. I'm
We
be
are
quiet.
trying to go down a mini
Oh,
rabbit hole.
To an
that rabbit
extent, yeah.
hole is deep.
What?
What
I bet.
deep?
I hope you know
That's
how to
what she
swim.
said.
No,
I'm sorry.
I
rabbits
hope she
don't.
didn't say that.
Nigga, rabbits don't go in the water, nigga. What are you talking about?
If I
was
Swim.
said
just
that
about to
rabbit
say,
hole,
what the
if
fuck
she
Leon
said
doing
that
in this
rabbit
thing?
hole is deep, wait, what part did I make sexual that I shouldn't have made
No, not
sexual?
you.
What
I'm
did
talking
I
about
do?
Zoe. Zoe talking about some hope you can swim. Like, what rabbits is swimming in holes, my nigga? Like, what the fuck is he? What are we
Oh,
talking about, nigga?
see,
They
you
swimming in
trying
a
to
hole
check
full of
him and he
carrots.
over here checking me. I was like, what did I say? The fuck?
She
Nah,
said
I
it's
but
think that
deep.
that's what she said. Comment.
I want to feel some walls.
It's deep. That's not a. That's what she said. Comment.
nah, that's not, nigga. But y'all, I'm telling y'all, if you, I know culture probably can get deep with it in the rabbit hole, but culture, we can't go that deep in the rabbit hole, bro. Cause
All right.
then you gonna bring up goddamn the Clintons, and then you gotta bring up fucking Pizzagate, and then you gotta bring
I
up.
wasn't even gonna. I was just gonna step back and I was just gonna touch on Clive Davis. Y'all forgot about his ass.
Who's Clyde?
Clive
Oh shit.
Davis is the reason why P Diddy even in the fucking industry. No.
Tell me more. You see my face. I'm like, oh shit.
Tell
All
us
right,
more.
so Clive Davis. Oh shit, they redid my apartment. Oh shit. My bad. Clive Davis was like this big time record dude, right? And he was the one who kind of like convinced Puff at the time to move Andre Harrell out of the way and take over Bad Boy. And that's how Diddy got his foot in the game. And it went from him with Biggie and Faith and Mary J and everybody else he had that Bad Boy back then to the motherfucker that we know now.
Yeah.
Clive Davis, an old white man.
My man J Block.
And if they had an interview with Clive Davis the other day and asked him about the Diddy shit, and he said he don't even know who Diddy is. But nigga, you the
That's what
main
happened.
reason. You the main reason we got this.
Yeah, you put him on.
Put him
But
on.
they
What the
ain't.
fuck?
Nah, he ain't put him on no freak offs though. He put him on money, and that's the problem though. A lot of these industries, that's what the industry do.
Freak off.
The industry
put 'em on
do
freak
that though,
offs.
bro. They run you these 360 deals. They run you these loans and stuff. They know you ain't gonna pay off. They put you in debt. They take your masters. They eat off you and they throw your ass to the motherfucking woods. And sometimes if you try to speak, then they go ahead and somehow terminate you. Like that's
Yeah, but then
normal.
you got the ones who also want to go to the top, and they gonna do anything they take in their power to go to the top.
I
You
say
feel
I
me? Whether
think
it's
I think people fail to realize that part what Coach just said. Like there's just people that's just really greedy and selfish, and that's all they just want. They just want. They're looking to be at the top. They're looking to do anything it takes. It doesn't matter if it comes down to harming their loved ones. It doesn't matter if it comes down to harming kids or random innocent people that they don't even know nothing about.
Kanye West, prime example. You know what I'm saying? You see, he tell it now. He had to say little shit. You know what I'm saying? Yo, the industry killed my mama. Proof. But what you're not seeing is, nigga, you wanted to go to the top, nigga.
But that's the
Yeah,
thing,
right.
though. A lot of people just spit that as like, whatever, he crazy. That's how the news spin it too. That's why everybody
That
just said he
why-
crazy. But that's what a lot of people be saying that though. No matter what, and Dave Chappelle said it too. The second you don't do what they want, they gonna point you as you crazy, you on drugs, something wrong. He said it about Cat Williams. Cat Williams on top of the game. Cat Williams said he denied all that shit. Next you know it, the nigga crazy as fuck. He on drugs. Something must be wrong with him. Cat Williams was like, nigga, all I do is smoke a little weed. I don't do none of that extra shit. But guess what? They made that nigga off to be some big ass drug addict, crazy motherfucker. And that's what I'm trying to tell you. It's bigger. It's way bigger than just a little Diddy.
Yeah, it's Oh, it's always bigger than that. I mean, look at the
Yeah, it's
look at
like,
the look at the motherfucker who called Trump out when all that shit was going on. The head of the security dude, or what the fuck your name was. What it was like a month later, that motherfucker ended up dead.
See, see.
See, I don't know. I don't know that shit. I don't be keeping up with that shit.
Okay, so
I
back
ain't,
when
I ain't know
Trump
that
was
neither.
back, was it when he was president? When he was president or some shit, like his last couple years in office, when they came out with all them stupid ass WikiLeaks stories and all that shit there, and they said Trump was sending them fucking emails, his head of his security or the head of the CIA or whatever the fuck that dude was finna tell on his ass. And
Mm.
before he could tell on his ass too good, that motherfucker was dead as a doorknob.
Are you sure it was him, or because I know that same story, but it was with Hillary Clinton and her people. That's
It
the
was Trump too.
okay. So I don't know that one
Trump
though,
was in.
but
I
I
don't know.
know.
Remember, Trump was in. It was Hillary with the WikiLeaks. Remember, Trump was in office. Trump was the president.
Mm, I don't remember that one. I didn't go down that rabbit hole. Then I ain't see that rabbit hole. That may be true though. I'm not surprised when it comes to a lot of these motherfucking politicians and big wigs, man, because that money go crazy. All they network go up is crazy. They not making that much money. I promise you, they not supposed to be making that much money. But they network goes into the millions of dollars, bro. And the president of the United States only get like $4 million a year. There's no way that these politicians, they get in office for like 3-4 years and they network go up about $15-20 million. That shit don't make no sense. Like them shits
So
be.
to go back to the the takedown of Hollywood, because they say Jay-Z, Beyonce, and several other motherfuckers that have been named
I can't
because
wait
of
for them
Diddy.
motherfuckers to get in trouble. I can't wait.
Yes,
This
yes,
nigga,
culture, that energy, and
I
that is
can't wait for that
exactly what
motherfucker
the
to get in
motherfuckers
trouble.
online are saying. They're saying they can't
I
wait. So
can't wait.
leads me to my question, culture. Since you are very passionate about these motherfuckers getting caught, I want to ask you first: if all of Hollywood goes down, the current mega moguls that we got up there, the Jay-Z, Beyonce, made the whole lot of them. If they go down, who is going to take their place? And then what is Hollywood going to be like? Like, what do we think? Do we think they're just going to get replaced with the next person? Or
Yep.
do we think we're going to see a shift in Hollywood potentially to where it's less doom and gloom and it's more, you know,
Okay,
Justice
so
League sound?
two things. One, I'm gonna say if all the motherfuckers go down, we gonna be bored as hell because we ain't gonna have no music, no movies,
There
that's
are
not
no
artists that
that's
TV.
not
don't do
true.
that stuff
That's
though.
not
There's
true.
some artists that don't do that stuff.
There's a
But look,
lot of
but guess what?
underground
But guess
artists
what?
that will get attention.
The only motherfuckers who not into that shit, the only motherfuckers who listen to them is motherfuckers like me. So anyway, we gonna be bored as hell. We ain't gonna have nothing to watch on TV. We gonna be watching Tubi because everybody gonna be making Tubi movies. We gonna start making Tubi movies. Like, come take out the Life with G production company. Like, what the fuck?
Oh
But
yeah, matter of fact, yeah, take them down because we could get our come up off of that.
I do, I do feel like if they do take them motherfuckers down, or like, really ain't gonna skip no beat. You know how many motherfuckers on the rise ready to sell these souls for the next dollar? Shit, like,
To be honest,
Yeah,
he's right though. It's actually not that hard. To
no.
be honest, even like to take their place is gonna be easy. A lot of these people are trash at what they do. Like some of the
Right.
musicians are trash, some of the actors are trash. That doesn't matter as long as they put them in front of the media, they're gonna be good. And they've already like conditioned us to want the media. No matter if the Netflix got into a scandal, we're still watching Netflix. If
Right.
Amazon had that one scandal when they said it was what they were trafficking through whatever, people were still buying from it. Like it doesn't. None
Nigga,
of that shit's gonna
China,
matter.
China said they was gonna blow us the fuck up, and you niggas can't stay off TikTok.
Facts. Like nigga, like he's right though. Like motherfuckers
He
don't
got a
give a
point.
shit, bro.
wait,
He got a point. He got a
Shit.
point.
I feel targeted. Was you
I
talking?
mean,
Do I
Well,
count as
ignorance is
one of the
bliss.
motherfuckers?
No,
yes,
ignorance
nigga,
is
you
bliss.
plastered us all over TikTok, nigga. We gonna die with it. It's your
Yeah,
fault,
like with
GG.
GB on TikTok. Like with G on
G done
TikTok. Follow
sacrificed us,
me.
y'all. G
I
done,
mean, if that's the
I-
case, you could say that about pretty much everything. Then whether it's TikTok, Facebook,
but I'm
Instagram, whether it's McDonald's,
okay,
whether
so,
it's
and I'm glad you said that. How long motherfuckers been sitting on Facebook, on the news, in your community, telling y'all to buy the goddamn buy the block back, and you motherfuckers keep taking y'all money to the white folks.
because to
Oh
be honest,
shit.
us all
That's
as
all.
us all as
Ew.
individuals, we are intelligent. It's very few people that can organize and structure a organization of people who are really living like that and really on that, and they
Are you
always
sure?
find a way to terminate. I just it's very few people that's really on that. There's people that really is on that, that are trying to build and buy the block back. I know of a few people myself that they're working their way to buy land. They're building homes.
Yeah, but
They have their own
right, but they're
companies.
competing with mega corporations when it comes to stuff
E-
like that. You're competing
exactly.
with people with financial backing of
Ex-
Jesus
Exactly, but when then,
Christ.
but those people that really stand on business and doing it, like for instance, rest in peace, Nipsey Hussle. He was one of the people that were actually investing in his neighborhood, actually buying the block back, actually building a bulletproof network that literally can show the rest of the world, hey, we can really do this. This is a real thing, and they found a way to. His own people did it to him.
But not just
His
him.
own.
Think about Bill
No,
Cosby
I'm
too.
saying
He was trying to buy some
exactly.
too. Got
Not
that?
just
No.
him.
Mm,
Not just him.
mm,
Michael
Say
Jackson
what?
is
Say
Michael
what?
Jackson
mm.
too.
Say
Michael
what?
Jackson
Hold
too.
on,
Bill
pause.
Cosby. Speak on it, JR.
Pause.
Bill Cosby.
Real
Get
talk.
on it. Go
Bill
get
You
on
Cosby
are
it.
you
was.
on hold on, wait a minute. I gotta process. Let me
Speak on it.
rewind. I'm not gonna speak on anything because to be honest, I only heard a few things and I went with it, which is what most people did. So I'm gonna shut the fuck up like JR likes women to do, and I'm
Oh
gonna let
damn.
you speak on it, JR. Go
Oh
ahead.
damn.
Whoa.
Tell us about
Damn.
the Bill Cosby
Damn.
shit.
It's
Wait a
I'm
And
not.
I
minute.
don't know enough to speak on it. I'm gonna be honest with you. My knee jerk reaction was to go upside your head, but I don't have the facts. I have what I heard. So if you got
Okay.
more information,
What
put me
did you
on,
hear?
Jr.
What
Damn.
did you hear, G? What did you hear though,
No,
G?
Zoe, I'm not. This is not my time to speak. It is JR's moment. Educate
Can I ask
us.
a question? Can I ask a question real quick before he reads you
Please.
your right?
Mhm.
Because you said you want to go upside my nigga head. Did you eat one of those pudding pops? That's why you mad, nigga?
The pudding,
Yes,
the
and I am
pudding pop,
delivered.
Yeah, you that
the
nigga,
A
pudding
bitch
pop.
is
he's
focused
mad.
tonight.
She said, "I am
I'm telling
delivered."
him. I'm
He's mad.
Look. I'm not. Gee, I'm not gonna get into it because it's again allegations and everything, and I'm not gonna get fully
I
into it though. Well, what
understand.
I am saying though is that they will try to stop us from coming up. That is what it has always been. Is what it will be. Is they're going to try to stop us from coming up, and that's what they continue to do to anybody.
It's
Me
about keeping
personally,
control.
I just see it as and it goes any way that you want. Anytime you want your freedom, your power, they're going to try to stop you or they're going to have to terminate you. That's what I really truly believe.
Mm,
And that's the same thing
tell
that
the
happened to
motherfucker.
what's his name? Again, I was never really a Tory Lanez fan. But all I'm saying though, and I'm not saying he didn't do it, but I'm saying
Mm,
the second that he buy his master, stuff like this happens. These aren't coincidences. Same thing with Prince.
Nah.
Same thing with
mm.
Michael Jackson. Same thing with all these. Everybody who goes out and try to get their masters, who's not drinking the Kool-Aid, something happens. Come on now, this
Mm.
crazy.
Same thing with Michael Vick. Same thing, you know what I'm
See,
saying? You
you
just
So
see.
go
many
Real
names.
on.
talk
There's
though.
so many.
Rick,
There's so many names. There's so many people that is. I
all, I,
just. I think
all
it's
I'm saying
crazy.
is go back if you haven't watched any other docu-series Colors, especially if you're a minority, I encourage you to watch them. But Bill Cosby was behind those being put out. And once you watch them, you'll understand. And since
You
JR,
said it was called Colors.
yep,
That's the name of it. Colors docu series.
yep, yep.
Okay.
Um, and shit, since JR don't want to say it, go on. I tell the motherfuckers, I felt it a little strange that Bill Cosby had all that shit come out against him when he was trying to buy NBC.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Michael Jackson got unalived as soon as he owned what's the name of the company?
Sony,
Sony.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as he owned Sony. Sony is literally one of the biggest companies in the world that own social media,
if not the biggest.
TV.
Shit.
That's what I'm saying. It is the biggest, one of the biggest, because there's other companies that have the dibble dabbles in those same fields. But yeah,
But guess what? Kobe Bryant. We
I
throw
don't
Kobe
want
Kobe in
to.
there
Bryant.
too.
That's true. That is true. That's
We're
true.
gonna
Kobe
throw Kobe in
Bryant.
there too. And again, we're gonna to touch on the Michael Jackson situation. This motherfucker was finna buy Sony, and China want to blow us up, but you
He
motherfuckers
already owned.
won't
He
stay on
already
TikTok. And I got a PlayStation 5 right here in my motherfucking room that
yeah.
I can't
He
even
already owned
play.
Sony. He already owned Sony.
Warner
He
Brothers.
he
That's what it
owned
was.
it.
Warner Brothers. Warner
Yeah.
Brothers. There we go.
He owned Michael Jackson owned Sony. He found a way to own Sony right from under them. They caught on. He was trying to turn it into why you think if you go listen to Michael Jackson's music, that's why I'm not gonna lie, I might get a lot of flack about this. I don't know. There are always allegations about him. I don't know. I really don't know if he really was touching on them little boys. Granted,
Oh,
he was doing some
Mm,
weird shit. Granted, he was doing some weird shit.
what I'm
Don't, I'm
saying,
not saying that. I'm not saying it was okay. The stuff that he was like they had, you know what I'm saying. I'm not saying none of that was cool. I'm not. I'm not advocating none of that. All I'm saying is that it's crazy how when he was, if you really go listen to his music and the message that he was getting out there, he was really on some. He was onto something.
yeah, but we can't. I mean, I don't
I'm
even want to
gonna
get.
say
I
this.
don't even want to get
I'm gonna
into
say
that
this.
because
I'm
I
gonna
can
say
put
this.
out music and be like, I'm a thug, and you know me. Where the fuck did I grow up? Alderson, West Virginia. I ain't no fucking thug. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, so just because
That
he put out positive music doesn't mean that he was living a
no,
positive
it's
personal
no.
life,
I'm not saying. I'm not
That's not
saying
what
off
he's
of his
saying.
music. I'm saying that people were putting action behind this.
right?
Nipsey Hussle was a gangbanger. He was a '60s Crip,
Mm-hmm.
but he was also preaching, okay, make money, do this for your neighborhood, give back to the community. It's about the
Right.
kids. Not only was he rapping about it, he was also actually doing this stuff. He was actually making the money. He was
Mm-hmm.
actually getting all of the Bloods, the Crips, the Vice Lords, the GDs, and getting them to come together and changing the narrative or the what's the other word?
the environment,
Not the environment,
the
the
culture.
agenda, the
Mm.
agenda that they had, the agenda
Mm-hmm.
that they've been pushing on the
I'm not
world.
taking that away from. I'm just saying the two don't have to be synonymous. You could do a lot of good out there, and we don't know what happens behind closed doors. That's all I'm
I'm
saying.
gonna I'm
I
gonna
just
say
don't
this.
correlate the two.
I'm
I
specifically
feel
talking
like
about what's happening behind closed doors, though.
I feel
I
like
know, and I'm telling you that I don't see how. As far as you saying that you don't think that he was doing that with children because of his works. Outside of that, is that what you were saying, or did I miss that point?
I think what he's saying is he pretty much saying the same thing that I've been saying. Like you gotta play the cards to be the boss, bro. Like if you're gonna beat it, then we need some. We just in case your head get too big, I need something that's gonna bring your ass back down to reality.
For
It's like he
So
was
instance, look
blackmailed.
at, for instance, Young Thug.
I like to call them humiliation rituals, but use whatever
Same
word you want
thing.
to
No,
use.
Yeah,
that's what they call
yeah,
him.
that's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
That's exactly
Yeah,
what it is.
yeah.
Look at Young Thug. When Young Thug first got in the game, he was painting his nails, wearing dresses, wearing purses, dancing funny, moving funny. But he constantly talks about, even though he denies it, even though the world, we know, we seen you, bro. We seen you do this. But he talks about how it's an interview that he did. I can't remember who he did it with. I can't remember if it was Vlad or Big Boy, but he was talking about um he was like, I know I signed a fucked up deal. I know I signed a fucked up deal. I just allowed that to happen because I had a bigger picture in mind. So if they wanted me to wear these dresses and shit right now, he didn't explain it that way, but this is what I understood from it. If they wanted him to wear dresses and stuff for him to get to where he knew what he really was trying to do and push for, he'll wear them dresses. He'll let people pick on him, talk about him, down him, all this and that. But when he actually gets the money and the power that he was really trying to chase after, and he's able to go buy a whole street with all the convenience stores and restaurants, he's able to change multiple gangsters' lives. And like, bro, you ain't gotta be no gangster, bro. Do this for your kids. Do this for the world. Do this for the rest of the community or your community if it's
Hmm.
on the other side of the world. That he was willing to make the sacrifice of being humiliated or whatever the case was for in his head what was the greater good to him.
I mean, it was, but when he got to the point where I ain't gonna say he was gonna stop, or he got to the point, you know what I'm saying, accountability. We gon', you know what? We done gave you all this. You done went from being and if people don't know Young Thug, like Jeffrey is a dirty ass nigga from the dirt.
Yeah.
Like ain't no
Yeah.
capping that nigga rap. Like that nigga really from the slums. So it's
Yeah.
like that's why I like to touch on what you was just talking about. What you just asked, G, is like if all these motherfuckers go down, it really ain't hard to replace these motherfuckers because if you wave a T-bone steak in front of a motherfucker face who ain't ate in 2 weeks, he gonna do anything. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
not to veer off track, but look at these
Yeah.
motherfuckers right now on trial for the Young Dolph murder. Like, these niggas crashed out over $800.
Yeah.
$800 fucking dollars,
So
my nigga.
Yeah.
Like,
Real
sad.
shit.
got
So
$800, man.
sad.
Tupac
Like,
talked about it too. Tupac talked about it too. If you he put it in an analogy in one of his interviews. He'll talk about, man, if I'm sitting here and knocking on the door, please let us in. We want, like, I see salami getting thrown everywhere, ham, turkey, mac and cheese. Y'all having food fights. Y'all ain't even eating the food. Y'all having food fights. Y'all got so much food in here. And it's gonna start off with like, just
that's how
please
it
open
is.
the door. Knock knock. Hey, I'm hungry. Knock knock. It's gonna go to, all right, we want food. All right, we want food. Then it's gonna turn into, motherfucker, we hungry. Motherfucker, we finna bring the door down. Then it's gonna, fuck that. I'm picking the lock, blasting. Like,
See,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
I also feel like it be like when it comes to like shit like them humiliation rituals and shit, like I don't really always think it be like drastic shit. Like Young Thug for prime example. I don't think if they had a came out with some shit and be like, hey, Young Thug was out here doing pedo, we probably would have been like, man, y'all nigga cap. You feel me? Like he ain't like that. But hit him with a RICO charge, that's more believable, right? Because it's more of his field. You feel me? But if you
yeah, it's
sit
more his
here and if
character.
you looking at this shit and you looking at the trial, you let either one of our asses get hit with a RICO, and let's see if our trial go the way his trial going.
Mm.
Let's see if motherfuckers be in there laughing, telling jokes, recording shit, asking motherfuckers why they on the witness stand. You got beef with another motherfucker? Like, let's see if it go like that, and see if everybody in that bitch will be in jail. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's just like that should be different. You know what I'm saying? Like they gonna manipulate it however they choose to manipulate it. We just don't believe shit stink. Like they've been saying none of this shit they've been saying about Diddy is new. They've been saying the same shit about this. They've been calling this nigga a duck for 20 plus years.
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden, motherfuckers want to be like, oh, man, he might be a little weird. They've been calling Diddy weird. They've been saying this shit. Like
Facts.
niggas just never paid attention. Niggas just kept calling him shaking, tell him take that, and popping goddamn Ciroc and shit. No, you know what I'm saying? Even in shit like that. Think about it. We see here we drink Ciroc. No shots to you though, but we see here we drink Ciroc. You funding this nigga to go out here and do whatever weird shit that they doing. You see what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
we don't look at it like that.
That's real though.
Yeah, but that's because we keep placing these fucking fuck niggas in fucking position
was
of
gonna
power or
say.
fucking they're supposed to be representation of our black community, and it's like, nah, we ain't vote this nigga to be representation of our black community. We don't even
But
fuck
they
with Diddy.
did. But they did because these niggas can't do it. Think about Beyonce. Beyonce can't do no wrong to nobody who part of the Beehive. She can't do no wrong.
That's true.
But you did. The moment you start getting on to these niggas and you hooked on to these niggas and that's my nigga and all that shit there, bro. Like you fall subject to that shit. So it's like we kind of people like us ain't vote them to be in position of power, but our peers, yeah, the fuck they did.
I get what you're saying.
Kanye for president. Kanye for president. Remember? Like, come on, man. I fuck with him. You could have ran when you was dropping college dropout before you was going on your crazy rant. I still wouldn't have voted for your ass, my nigga. Because what the fuck are you know what I'm saying? Like, if people they let shit make sense what they want to make sense, like, and just they putting bullshit in the position of what the fuck is going on. Hence why Donald Trump orange ass even up there. Like, but all in school they told us you had to have a political background to be in the presidential
Yeah,
field. This
this
motherfucker
nigga
ain't
is
got
a
no.
whole felon. This nigga got 50 felonies.
He a felon. This motherfucker ain't never went to law school. This motherfucker ain't got no political background. None of that shit.
Nothing.
He just a rich motherfucker, and they voted him up there because he used to be on TV. It's the entertainment industry.
Mm. Yeah.
It's pretty deep. I do want to say, Jr. You made the comment of like that doesn't represent. You wouldn't choose them as a representation of your community culture. You mentioned that like we do. The one thing that always interests me about like black artists in the entertainment industry is ticket sales and so, and I think I researched this back in college, so I would be curious if it's shifted. But at least back in my college days, so like 2014, 2015, I'm gonna age myself. Um, Back then they were saying that majority ticket sales for a lot of these poppin' black artists are from white middle class individuals,
Mm-hmm.
young
Exactly.
kids too. So it's
Yeah.
Exactly.
like, is it the black community or the black brown community that's actually like, hoisting them up and idolizing them, or is it these white people because they're feeding into certain
It's
stereotypes
Oh,
sometimes?
it is.
I don't think we hoisting them up, but we responsible. We kind of responsible for some of these motherfuckers getting in the dough.
I would
No, no,
say
no, yeah, for sure, for sure,
I
for
will
sure.
say I would say I is definitely the black community that um like coach just said, getting them in the door, because a lot of the white kids they may go to the concerts and pay for the high price tickets or whatever the case is like that. They're paying for the merchandise, they're paying for the socks, the shoes, the shirts, whatever the case, hats.
Mm,
But it's the black culture that's listening to the music, that constantly riding around listening to these artists and making it look cool and reciting the artists' lyrics. And so when they're going to school and all of the black kids are swagged out, but say you go to high school and you got that one popular black student that play football, basketball, whatever, and he listens to Future all day. Or let's just say we talking about one of the artists that y'all already named. He listens to Jay-Z all day. The white kids are like, damn, this is a cool black dude. Everybody loves him. All the white kids love him. So he grew up off of Jay-Z. He relates to Jay-Z. Let me go to a Jay-Z concert.
mm.
Yeah, we're popular. We're trendsetters as black. We're
Yeah.
trendsetters. We're popular. We're
Yeah.
put in the news
So
as some of the most,
so
and we're flashy too. Like that shit
to,
is
to, to an extent, us as the black culture, we are endorsing it. Yes.
to a high extent. What are you talking about? We praised
Yeah,
them. We
yeah. No, 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 for sure.
people was the black community was there saying OJ didn't do it. The black community was there saying R. Kelly didn't do it. The black community has always been around saying somebody ain't do it. But now in today's age, right now, we're like, nah, niggas, y'all didn't fucking let us down too many fucking times. Now we just gonna sit back and let shit happen however it needs to happen, and we ain't fucking with it. If it don't look good, we not fucking with it. That's why we weren't riding with motherfucking Bill Cosby. That's why we weren't riding with R. Kelly the second time when his ass is getting motherfucking attacked of surviving R. Kelly. That's why we not gonna be riding with P. Diddy. We not riding
So,
with this
so
nigga.
let me ask you this then. Make it make sense. Why the fuck was they riding with the nigga the first time? We all seen this
Because
grown ass nigga walking around with that young ass girl.
Aaliyah.
Nobody said shit.
Yeah, because everything
Nobody
back
said a
then
goddamn
was
thing.
proper. We
Didn't
was
know.
getting our news from one source, and that was the power source. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Now we
It
getting our
don't
news
matter
from
if
anybody.
I see you on Vibe magazine with a underage girl one time. I don't give a damn if I seen it today and it came out 6 months ago. I don't give a fuck. I seen it. You a fucked up individual. It don't
But
matter how you get your
Now
news.
let
You
me say
white.
this.
But that was a thing back in the day too. It was still really common. Hell, I know plenty of cultures now that it's still really common for the older men that should probably, in my opinion, be messing with older women. They're going to them fresh and young, fresh for the picking, or they start
Okay,
grooming them at
that's
16,
understandable.
17.
She
But
was
I'm saying that it's
14.
I understand that, but I'm saying there's still that was a pretty common practice around those times, was it not?
And who the
nah,
fuck
it
said
wasn't
that?
Was it
super. But
not?
Man,
it was
and
it
who
was
I wouldn't
lied?
say
less.
that was common.
We were
I don't know.
desensitized back then.
Y'all, I
I don't
don't
know.
know. Maybe it's me. And let me speak on the reason why I'm saying that. I grew up in predominantly white, not predominantly, it was all white. It's pasty as fuck. Small town, country ass towns. Okay.
Your city
And
needs
one
some
of
baby oil. Ashy asses.
One of the things that I always was just like, that's so weird to me, was parents allowing freshman, sophomore in college to come and talk to their 16, 15-year-old daughter. And it was like, well, we know about it and we know what Sarah Lou is doing. So, and they're hanging out and he's such a good boy, Billy Bob, and he's just the bestest ever. And it's like, ma'am, you just co-signed a whole predator to be fucking with your daughter. And you just think it's the cutest thing. That's what I grew up seeing. So that's why I'm saying, like, around those times hearing about that, I was like, I mean, I don't agree with it. I think it's fucked up, but it was something that I saw on a regular basis.
Of course, you saw it on a regular basis. Let me, some funny shit. Everybody making and I'm not saying these motherfuckers not wrong because they did as wrong. I don't know. I got nieces and I don't even advocate for shit like that. But everybody making a big fuss about the Harvey Weinsteins, the fucking R. Kellys, the fucking Diddy's. Hugh Hefner was putting out a magazine with underage girls in it for how fucking long?
We talked. Who did I talk about this with? The Playboy bunnies. Who was I talking to?
It's true
Me,
though.
nigga. It was me. We was talking about this shit on the phone the other day.
Yeah. Okay. I was like, damn, this
Hugh
sounds
Hefner
familiar. I have
did
deja
this
vu. But yes,
for a gazillion years, and we put him on MTV Cribs. Everybody had magazines in their house, and he was just the biggest P. He was the original P of all P's because he
is
had.
that? But I
No,
feel
it's
like
true.
he like no, for sure. But he's also an old, rich white man. And for whatever reason, old, rich white men get away with a lot more shit. Like
Yeah, because
that's just the way that it is. So
they probably follow the
he
script.
can right. And he probably followed all the loopholes. He probably got all
I'm
this
not saying he
legally
did wrong.
sound. If you write the NDA this way and you do this and you got this part, like, yeah, he
It's
made sure it was all
good.
squeaky clean to do some of the most fucked up shit.
A
But
lot of
those
like
shorties consented.
a
All of
lot of
those girls were willing and they consented. And I think that is the difference in this case as well. We're talking about minors. We're talking about, people who were apparently under the influence and out of it, coercion and things like that.
you
That's
don't
why
think none of
this whole
them
thing is bigger.
you don't think none of them girls in the Playboy Mansion were
I
minors
don't
or
I
under the
don't know.
influence?
I don't know, but what I can say is he made sure all the paperwork was there and all the NDAs were
Uh,
covered
uh,
and he made sure to cover his ass in that aspect.
who's to
So
say?
that
Who's to say? R. Kelly ain't had no NDA. Who's to say P Diddy ain't had no NDA?
I don't know, but I mean those girls, when I compare, and I hate even getting into this because it's very triggering. And I don't ever want to make it seem like we're making light of the situation or to say it did happen or didn't happen. This is a lot of heavy shit. But from what I've heard about the treatment of the Playboy bunnies, compared to the treatment of R. Kelly's girls. I'll take Playboy Bunny for 500. Thank you very much. I don't want to get
You'll
locked in
take
no
what you
room and
you'll
beat
take
the
what you
fuck up
saw on
and
TV.
right,
You'll
based
take
off
what
of
you saw
what
on
was
TV.
said. Again, it's all alleged. I can't go in here and be like, okay, all of these girls that they've interviewed and they've done reality TV shows and all this stuff, all these girls are saying that it was completely fine. If there is someone out there that was like, I was a Playboy bunny and it was terrible and this is why, and it was to the level that they're saying R. Kelly's victims were or P. Diddy's victims were, then I would love to see that. But as of yet, I haven't seen that. So if I had to choose which type of person under duress I want to be, I'm gonna choose the Playboy bunny. Thank you very much. I get my hair taken care of, my nails taken care of, I get all the cute outfits, I get my education covered, I get paid. Okay. And then I might
You
have a little status that I can leave and then expound on that and be a real estate agent or get a little spin-off show. But I have money. I like these other girls in the R. Kelly situation and shit. It's like, damn, what did you get out of that, mama? Absolutely
Trauma,
nothing. Not a goddamn thing.
no, let's not
trauma
say
and
that.
breadcrumbs.
Let's not say it. We can't say that. You can't say
We
that
can't say
because
that. If these girls are getting locked into the rooms and the shit beat out of them and they can't make a move, even if they wanted to leave, they can't leave. We can't say that.
who's
That is
saying
what it
they wasn't
said.
doing that shit in the Playboy Mansion?
But they said they was doing it to
I've,
R.
s- I've
Kelly though, is what she said though. They didn't speak
right.
on
I'm
that.
just saying that. I get that. Okay, cool. But
I
nobody
can't do
speak
the
on.
what ifs. I'm going off of what the people have said. Granted, A lot of them girls is with R. Kelly to this day will be like, "Oh, that's my man. He never did it. That's not like that." But
That's
there
cool.
are girls out
I
there
get
that
it.
say the opposite.
But my point is behind this shit for the reasons why R. Kelly shit just came out. Well, I'd rather go do that shit in the Playboy Mansion, and at least I was getting treated correctly. Nobody talking about the fact that it don't matter how the fuck
Fuck
you was
that
getting
shit.
treated. That shit
That
dead
shit
ass
wrong.
wrong. Thank you.
Yeah,
That's
it's
my
dead
point.
Period.
ass. Yeah, it's absolutely
Fuck
dead
that
ass
shit.
wrong
It
for
is,
Fuck
but
sure.
that shit.
you're sitting up here and what you sound like to me personally is the reason why motherfuckers been turning a blind
It
eye to this
doesn't
shit.
matter.
No,
It
but that's not
doesn't
what she
matter.
said
That's
It
though.
no,
doesn't.
no, no,
It
no, no, no,
doesn't.
no. That's a reach. That's a
It
reach.
doesn't. It
That's a
doesn't matter.
reach.
It doesn't matter if a nigga was beating the fuck out of you to get what he wanted, or if a nigga was just giving you $25,000 or 25,
It
two
does
hundred and
matter.
fifty thousand
It
No,
dollars
it
does
a
don't.
matter.
week.
It's wrong.
No, it
Yes, it
don't.
does
It
No,
matter.
it
Yes, the
don't.
don't.
fuck
No, it
it
don't.
does matter.
No.
If you had to pick between the lesser of two evils, I'm a be
Hear me,
over here. I'm
honey.
gonna be
Hear
used.
me.
I
Espérate,
would
déjame
pick.
hablar,
I would
please.
Hear
Let
pick.
me
me.
I
talk.
would
Let me
Hear
pick.
talk
me.
for a second. Let me talk. If I had to choose between the lesser of two evils, this motherfucker doing this shit to me and I get nothing out of it other than to say I was associated with this person versus this motherfucker doing it to me and I get 25,000 out of it, I'm gonna take the 25,000. What are we talking about? At least I get somewhat of a return. Why is that a foreign concept? And that's not to say that that's the reason people turn a blind eye to that shit. It was all in everybody's motherfucking face. If there was a problem, they should have done something. I don't think he put it in their face.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
this other shit was
Okay,
hidden.
true.
The
What
thing,
other shit was hidden?
Marty.
These
Like the
The
underage
thing,
R. Kelly
girls.
Marty.
stuff was
No.
hidden. The P. Diddy shit was hidden. It was accusation. It was allegations. Hugh Hefner came out and said, "This is what it is. I'm an old man. I'm a pervert, and this is what
Okay,
the fuck I
Let's be
do."
cool.
clear. Let's be
That's
clear
And
though.
you
cool.
had
That's
black
cool.
Let's be
celebrities
clear.
going to Hugh Hefner and supporting him
That's
too. He
cool.
didn't just get support
Let's
from
be
the white
clear.
people.
Let's be
That's
clear.
cool.
P Diddy
That's
was
cool.
paying a lot of them people. P Diddy was
That eso a
connecting a
mí
lot
no
of
me
those people.
importa. P Diddy wasn't out and proud of like, yeah, I have a brothel and this is what the fuck I do. He wasn't telling people that.
I'm making you niggas sing for beds on live TV. Like, use your fucking brain. Like, come
That's
on,
not the
bro.
same thing. Come
That's a
on,
little
that's
Nah.
not the
different.
same thing,
Uh,
bro.
That's different.
that is a little different. That was a little different.
And I
That's
My
kind
not
of
the
get,
point
same
I,
is,
thing.
I
okay,
get that though.
if you're gonna rock with it like that, and if it's okay, the lesser of two fucking evils, that's cool. If y'all gonna shut the fuck up about it, then shut the fuck up about it now.
It's not. I know, and I don't. Okay,
Well, nobody's talking
it's
about Hugh
not
Hefner
a thing
though.
about like shutting the fuck up about it or not advocating for it. That's not what I'm saying. I'm making the comparison because the comparison was made by you or whoever brought it up. Yes, that was a thing. Hugh Hefner was doing his thing, but there are very different allegations when it comes to the severity of the consequences for these women. How many different people were involved and how much was out there?
I
Again,
get that.
if
I
they could
get
have
the
got him on the charge,
allegation.
why wouldn't they have done that? If he was publicized, he had a fucking TV show about it.
Okay, my point is, it don't matter whether they put the shit on TV or whether they hid it behind closed doors. Wrong is wrong. We're not gonna sit here and act like wrong ain't
I'm
wrong,
not
fam.
saying that it's not wrong. I'm not saying that it's not wrong, but it's like the girls that are the Playboy bunnies have not came back and said the same thing as the victims of
I
R.
don't.
Kelly or the people that have been dealing with P. Diddy.
I
That
don't.
it's a different ball game to an extent.
I don't
I
know.
don't think. I don't
I
think.
feel like motherfuckers more loyal to that white money than they
I
is
don't
when a nigga
think. I
paying.
don't. I don't think culture is trying to
Hugh
say
Hefner
that
probably wasn't beating
you're
them
destroying.
niggas.
I don't think.
I don't. They had to look. And maybe again, and this is where it goes to, we can only go off of the information that we have. The information that has been dropped are these allegations against P. Diddy. We know what the fuck R. Kelly got booked for. That's what I'm talking about. And we know what has been publicized for Hugh Hefner. So I'm keeping it there because those are the things that are out. I haven't heard of any of these Playboy bunnies talking about being abused physically or things to that extent. But that's not to say it didn't happen. Again, we don't know shit. This is all alleged. All of it.
I'll put me some bunny ears on quick for fuck. You know what I'm saying? Quick as
I don't
fuck.
This nigga
All
so
I'm
I
saying,
stupid,
ain't
look,
man.
gonna
look.
lie.
and I don't agree with it. I want to make that very clear. I don't agree with any of
No,
these
I don't
things,
think.
whether it's Playboy Bunny or not. I don't agree with any of it.
I don't
I
think
just
culture is even trying to say that you. I don't even think culture is trying to say that you are saying that it's right or whatever the case is. I think it's the point of having morals. Like, what happened to the parents
Who said that
and the
there's no
kids?
moral?
Because
There-
you just
That's
said
what you just
if
said.
I
It
gotta
doesn't
choose
matter
to
if he's
listen
not
between
beating
either.
you. He's paying you. If
Y'all
he
don't
giving you
know.
food,
Y'all act like okay.
there's more. There's like, what happened
I
to
feel
people
like
having
there's,
morals and principle?
to be honest, I don't think that there's a way for me to really get into my mindset behind it without saying things that are going to be very triggering for myself and other people that are watching. So I'll leave it there. But I just, from a woman's point of view, y'all may not understand it, but a lot of times we're put in positions where we might get the Hugh Hefner offer alongside the R. Kelly offer, and you may not have a choice to just opt the fuck out. So if I was in that situation, I'm gonna choose what I deem as the lesser of two evils, which is over there. From what I've
My
seen, these girls that are in the Playboy Mansion, they have something to where they can leave. They are able to leave and still be functioning members of society and still be successful. And it might even help them with their future career goals.
I
That's what
mean,
I'm saying. And I'm not
and,
seeing that
and
with these other women.
Yeah.
That's it.
now I think
Example, Kim
that
Porter.
regardless of I totally understand what you're saying, G. I do. I give full acknowledgement to what you're saying. I understand your point, but there should nothing there. At the end of the day, you can't say you don't have a choice. You always have a choice. You always have a choice. Every human being on this planet has a choice. Are you
I want
really
to.
are you really that hungry and thirsty for that career that you think that you could have?
A lot of
Or
these girls, a lot of these girls do not know the extent or the severity of the agreements that they are going into. They're not gonna. A lot. These men aren't. Most of them are not coming out and saying, "Hey, baby, if you choose to fuck with me, yeah, you gonna get status, fame, whatever, but you're gonna get your ass beat every night, and you're gonna have to give it up to X, Y, and Z." I don't think that they're painting it to them, and the whole entirety of it is they definitely glamorize it. That's how you entice
okay,
them. That's why these girls were volunteering the moment they turned 18 to come. He was enticing them with money. He was enticing them with status. He was
uh-huh,
enticing them with their networking ability,
uh-huh,
funding
Um,
their
if
education,
okay,
plastic
you
surgery. He was
uh-huh,
funding these bitches.
uh-huh. Now
And in
listen
R.
to what you
Kelly's
just
case, he
uh-huh,
probably was giving something to where it's like, oh, this is glamorous. I'm with
uh-huh,
R. Kelly. I get it. I'm just saying, if I'm
uh-huh.
going to get bamboozled, I would rather take the bamboozling that would offer me a potential outcome to where I could go out and still be better in life and not have to just sit in it and just be a
Okay.
victim.
So let me say
okay,
this. It
True.
may sound harsh, real quick. Let me just say this real quick. Don't forget what you finna say, culture. It may sound harsh as fuck, but because you chose that path to get wherever your place that you're trying to get to, and you're choosing that Hugh Hefner, whether regardless if you're choosing the Hugh Hefner or the R. Kelly, if you chose that path, don't be complaining later about what you did because you chose to do it or allow
The,
it to be done.
they're not. The Playboy bunnies aren't complaining.
Well, hold on. Hold on.
I've
Okay.
seen a few.
And
Hold
I but
on.
I'm
Seen
confused
a
because
few.
didn't you just support Young Thug for playing a certain role to get where he wanted to
I
go? But if a
didn't
woman does it,
I didn't
it's an issue.
Well,
I
hold
didn't
on.
support anything. I didn't
That's
support anything.
Well,
Let me
you
be
did
clear
kind
about
of
that.
say like you feel like he used it to get himself further on,
I
and
didn't
you
say
didn't say that was
I
a
didn't
negative.
I
You
didn't
said
say
he
yes
used
I
it to his
did.
advantage.
I disagreed with it. I disagreed with it because think about how
Okay,
many
well,
think about
it
how
didn't
many
sound
little
like it.
boys think about how many little boys followed in those footsteps.
I start wearing skirts, but
Thinking it was okay.
Zoe,
I
That
never
has less
agreed
to
with
do with
anything.
less
I
to
would
do with
that's
Young
not
Thug and
accurate though,
everything to
Zoe.
do with parenting.
So that can't be accurate because we can't say that they have a choice when you lie to them, right? One of our big things that we do say about this is that we don't lie to women because we want them to have that choice. When you lie to them, you take
That's
that choice away from them. So you
facts.
can't
Facts.
say they're lying to them, but they still have a choice because we
Okay,
took that
now
choice away from them, which is what G is saying, which if my choice is going to be taken away from me to know the truth and the extent of the truth, then of course I would rather be in a beneficial position than I would be in a detrimental and or abusive or harming position. That's what she's saying when the choice is taken. But you're trying to say there's
Okay.
always a choice. I'm trying, and she's trying to tell you the same stuff we would always say, which is when there's lies, they take the choice away from you when
Yeah,
there's
that's facts.
lies.
Okay. Okay.
Okay,
I
let me say
understand that.
this. Okay, and I ain't this a whole bunch of validity in the shit that both of y'all just said out your all y'all just said out your. But I'm just gonna say this, like since we kind of touching on rabbit holes. If you're gonna go down a rabbit hole, bro, and if you watch and you listen to them real whistleblowers, when shit is presented to you, it's always presented to you in options. You can go in this door, you can go in that door, or you can go in that door. This behind that door, this behind that door, this behind that door. The choice then becomes yours.
Of course.
Is all I'm. Is all I'm.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Facts.
all I'm. Okay, so
Facts.
don't say you've been lied to, because a lot. If you want, you pay attention to a lot of them. A lot of the motherfuckers not getting lied to because they present it to you. Hey, if you want to do X, Y, Z, you need to go in there and holler at X,
And
Y, Z.
she said that in the book though. She did say
There's
that in
a
the book though.
reason,
P
but these
Diddy offered
girls
her
are
with two
agreeing
things.
to it. They're not recruiting 35-year-old women. They're not recruiting even the 28-year-old. They're recruiting the 17-year-old right before her 18th birthday. They're
Nah,
recruiting
they
the
recruit
19-year-old that's
everybody.
tired from
They
18 to
recruit.
19 and they
I'm not gonna
Okay,
sit
I'm
here and say they
saying
not recruiting.
that is their prime market. That is their prime market. That is who they are going for, the most impressionable, the most vulnerable. We
okay.
can't say that that's not true. That is
Every
absolutely true.
That okay? That again, if you watch them, things are always presented to you in an option.
stop falling for
Right?
shiny shit.
Well, I mean,
It sounds good,
it's the
but
game of life.
I know it. I
It's
know
the
it
game
sounds.
of
I
life.
know. I understand because when you're actually in the situation itself, I know you're not thinking of these. You're not thinking of these things, especially if you've never had the proper guidance, whether it's parents,
But
siblings, family, whatever, friends. I understand that, but it
Jr.
doesn't.
You a young, hungry 21-year-old. You a broke ass nigga. You ain't got a dollar your name.
yeah.
You can goddamn hop in that whip with me, and we can goddamn go pull up on the bank, or you can go hop in the car with Zoe, and y'all can go knock somebody across their head. What car you getting in?
are you gonna rob the bank?
Mm,
I'm sorry, not my
shit.
question.
I probably
Pretty,
knock a nigga
pretty
across the
much.
head,
I'm about to
robbing
say,
a
Rob the
look, what
bank.
bank.
are
I'll
you doing at
probably
the
go
Rob the
bank?
knock a
You
bank.
nigga
robbing the
across the
bank?
head.
Rob the bank or be a hitman.
I
Rob the bank
probably
or be a
I
hitman.
probably be a hitman because that's just a civil suit compared to robbing a bank. That's a little
See?
different, you know what I'm saying? But I
Okay.
probably would do that though. You know what I'm saying? But if
Or
you
or
told
And
me,
or or
But
but
door
if
number
you
three.
told
Or
me,
door number three. Or
yeah,
door number three. You could just go get a job.
well, yeah,
right.
I'll probably do that though. But I'm saying if you told me, yo, I know you've been struggling. Yo, come with me, come
But
get in
what
the
I told,
car. Let's go get some
but
money.
what I
If
told you.
that's all you tell me is let's just go get some money. And then next you know what, I'm an accessory to murder. At that point in time,
No.
that's
I
not
didn't
what was
tell you.
told
I
to
gave
me.
you. No, I presented you your option.
No, I
I
know what
just
you just
told you.
said. You gave
Okay,
me
but
two
that's how it's
options right
presented.
there. Two options.
But that's
but
how it's presented to you. I didn't present to you, hey, come get in the car with me. It's presented, it's gonna be presented to you, hey,
Yeah.
we can go to this bank, or you can go get in the car with bruh and you can go do this.
Yeah.
Which option you gonna take?
I'm gonna take if all you told me is go to the bank, then we going to the bank. But if you tell me we gonna go rob a bank, then I'm going with Zoe because it's a silver suit. Yep.
Again, not one time did this nigga say I'm finna go take my ass home and I'm finna go get a job.
Nah.
Stop falling for shiny shit.
Nah.
I
When
ain't
they get to the money, we gonna rob a bank. You on your own. I'll go with Zoe. We knock this nigga across the head, take some money, and we out.
I don't want to do neither. I was broke yesterday. I'm gonna be broke today too. Y'all niggas have
Um,
fun.
I think a lot of people. Mhm.
That circles right back to like just having morals and right is right, wrong is wrong. Like that just goes right back to that, really.
Right. And I think a lot of people may even agree to get in business with certain people even if they've heard certain things about them because they think they're the exception to the rule because of their morals and their values. And then next thing you caught up and the baby oil gets out and it's got drugs in it and now you want a freak off tape in P
I
Diddy's
ain't,
mansion,
I ain't
and
mean to
there goes
laugh.
your
My
fucking
fault.
morals and your no, but real shit. And then you
That's
wake up the
true.
next day and you realize, oh fuck, what the fuck happened? Damn, that happened for real. And now you're stuck, and then they blackmail you, and then
But
it's
the
just a
thing is,
slippery slope.
but because hold on, what's her name?
And then your booty hole gonna
Allegedly
hurt.
wrote the book.
Man,
What's
he's so
the
stupid.
Stop.
This nigga's stupid, man.
I'm
Here
just
we
saying,
End
it
this
go.
wasn't just
podcast. We're
baby
gonna
what's the
just
oil.
strike
alleged?
that from the
It was
record.
baby
Like
What's
this
the
oil and
podcast is
lube. It
what's
was
the
baby
alleged?
striking
oil
that
and
from the
lubricant.
record.
Y'all better stop
Who wrote the
playing.
book? Who? What's the girl name that wrote that book?
Kim Porter.
Kim Porter.
What?
Her. Okay, so if you
His
listen
ex-wife.
Wow.
to, if you listen to it, she said like even in the book, she's saying he's like I don't want to say seduced, but he sweet talked her, got in a relationship. One of the first things he said was like, "Yeah, let's start having orgies." She could have said, "No, nigga, I ain't on that. I'm not gonna let two niggas fuck me." Instead, she was like, and I get a new Ferrari after?
Door number one.
We
I
not
Why
don't think
not?
saying
it
that,
was.
but
It
niggas ain't
wasn't.
that
It
easy.
wasn't exactly that. It wasn't.
I'm
And
not.
I get a
No, I'm
Ferrari
just
afterwards.
simplifying
It
it. I'm
wasn't.
just simplifying it to the dumbest term of it. You know what I'm saying?
Look,
Like
Listen,
the
what
most
people
simplest
will
term
do
of
when
it.
they
So
think that they are in love or
you
when
know
they
what
are
the
in a
lover boy method
relationship with
is?
somebody,
The lover boy method. You ever heard of that before? It's literally like part of, sex, you know what I'm talking about, ST. It's part of it. It's literally a way to ST. It's called the Loverboy
Mm-hmm.
method, which is exactly what you're talking
Mm-hmm.
about, Zoe. When you sit there and say they have a choice, though, but because the pressure and the everything else that comes along with it, the lifestyle, maybe even threatening, it could be so much stuff. It could be financially dependent. You make them dependent on you somehow, or whatever it may be. It's all orchestrated to be able to control you. As much as you think you have a choice, it's orchestrated to control you. So you might think you have a choice, but you don't really have a choice. If I told you right now, you're either going to do this or I'm going to put a gun to your head. That's not an actual choice to say pull the trigger and die. That's not a real choice. You didn't really have a choice. That's not a real choice. Now you might think, nope, that is a choice. I could just take the bullet. That's not a real choice. That's all I'm saying, bro. Like a lot of people don't
I beg
understand
to
the
differ.
ramifications of it.
Okay. I know this is gonna kind of go off topic a little bit, but I do want to ask this. Okay, was slavery a choice?
Oh, here we
No.
oh,
go.
bro, nah, we
Man,
can't.
Yeah, I don't want to get into it
We
though, but I'm gonna tell you
No,
right
it's a
now.
simple.
this
No.
already.
I'm going specifically based off the fact of you saying that
it,
it's
it
not
was
really a choice.
it
Yeah.
was till it wasn't. It was till it wasn't.
It
How
wasn't
about that?
until it was. That's what you meant. It was not at all. Not when it's promised this to get us there, not when it's in front of our face to do this, not when it's promised freedom after you've done this. None of that stuff was a choice, bro. That's not a choice. The same thing with the Romans back in the day when they had, fighters and Spartans or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like they would promise them freedom after they fight and then murder them after they last fight to get it. It was never really a choice. They controlled you. That's just how it was. It was never really a choice. So when you say it that way, it's like, yeah, people want to think that way. Well, you could always just die. Dying is not an actual, if you have to die, it's not a choice. That's not a choice that you're actually being able to make.
Man, we
And
can go down so many rabbit holes with this shit.
Yeah, that's a whole
but I
different.
Yeah, for like yeah.
yeah. And there's a reason why so many people are involved. There's a reason why so many people are on the tapes. There's a reason why this affects the masses, and it's because as simple as we may think it is to just say no, it's never just that simple. I'm sorry, it's just not. That's what life has taught us. That's what history has taught us. It's never just as simple as saying no. There's
Oh,
consequences,
it's not.
reactions, and all of that stuff. So you're playing a game of life, and sometimes you meet motherfuckers that are diabolical. And I think that that is most of what Hollywood and the powers that be are. They are diabolical
Ho-
and they are taking advantage of motherfuckers
Hollywood.
like us that want to do something with our lives. And it's unfortunate. Holly
Hollywood.
weird.
I
Holly
can't call them
weird.
motherfuckers Hollywood no more. They Hollywood.
Yeah, for real. They've been Holly weird for a minute. This was again, if y'all haven't checked it out, definitely go check out. There's a couple breakdown part series on TikTok about Kim Porter's Tell All book. This was definitely an interesting live, a more serious one. If all of these allegations are true, I'm at a loss for words, but hopefully justice is served accordingly. to those involved. And yeah, do y'all have any lasting thoughts on tonight's episode, JR?
You already know, man.
It's high noon.
Love, peace, and happiness to everybody out there. Condolences to Kim Porter's family and everything for this to even be brought back up, and for her to have to relive these situations. Not her, but her family to have to relive this situation and stuff like that. I also hope that they protect Diddy. I really do. I'm not saying I like him, but I do believe that a lot more stuff can come to light by this, and then a lot more people can stop being so ignorant. And I understand ignorant is bliss, but at the end of the day, y'all gonna have to wake up sooner or later. You know what I'm saying? These people ain't here really to help you. They're here to eat off you, eat off your well, I guess it's gonna be appreciation of the truth, because it's not the real truth. What they put in front of your face ain't real. And hopefully y'all can understand that and just do better as people, because we need to stop just believing it. Stop letting these musicians and entertainers raise us and raise our kids and stuff. We need to actually take control and be responsible as individuals and as adults to sit there and say, hey, look, these accusations may be true, may be false, but I have to take control over my own situation and let my people know. And that's just what it comes down to, because these girls should not be getting bussed to Diddy's house at 3:30 in the goddamn morning and nobody's there to supervise it, or no parents, no, or none of that stuff. That's just freaking ridiculous. So, hey, just do better as people, and God bless.
Absolutely. Culture, any lasting thoughts?
Damn, you should let me go last. That shit gonna become long.
Oh, fuck. It's a
Definitely.
long outro.
All day, every day. Smoke that shit. First off, I'm gonna start by saying, man, I missed y'all people. Sorry, I'll be having to do my little pop in. Yeah, I'll be at school. I'll be handling business. So, let me get on track one of these days. Also, shit, you know, be better tomorrow than what you was today and yesterday. You feel me? We just trying to go forward. I'm trying to go forward. We all should go forward. Also, cue the music, JR. Shit. Um,
This is getting out of control.
I
feel like
noticed this nigga.
I understand what people be saying, or what Zoe was saying. You know what I'm saying? You got a choice. I understand what G was saying when saying sometimes you ain't got a choice. All I'm gonna say is, yeah, they told motherfuckers if you ain't take that 19 shot, you probably was gonna die. Some of y'all took it, some of y'all didn't. You know what I'm saying? Life is about chances. Yeah, take one. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? So, hey man, if it's wrong, it's wrong. If it's right, it's right. Yeah. Besos, blessings.
That's
Hey.
fucked up.
You forgot tell him send the nudes.
You know it. They should be real sisters too.
Oh my Jesus. Spoken word from Culture
Hey.
Junkie, ladies and gentlemen. Zoe, I really love when you give your outros. And against my better judgment, I'm going to pass you the mic. But don't forget, I could snatch that shit right back.
Give me
Okay.
JR.
All right. Go ahead and start it now. Shit.
Yeah, y'all good peoples. Again, we appreciate the love and the support that y'all tune in to Life with G's podcast, Um keep God first. That's what I'm gonna start with. Keep God first, man. We do us as a society do need to have way more better parenting skills with our kids, and just spending more time with them, teaching them what is right and what is wrong to our best knowledge. Um, and I think you do have a choice until you don't have a choice, and I think you don't have a choice until you do have a choice. If you get that, um, right is
Bars.
right is right, and wrong is wrong. Like there's no other way of there's no in between lines. So if something and everyone has a conscience. Everyone has a conscience. So if it feel wrong, then it probably is. Um, keep that in mind. But love, peace, and happiness. That's all. That's what life with G is all about. Love, peace, and happiness. And try your best to make the right choices. And if you're gonna do wrong, do it right. And that's what it is, and that's what it ain't.
Oh, mhm.
Z.
You know, every time we do these outros, these fellas right here just continue to amaze me. I have an immense amount of I'm just really proud of y'all for your outros. Really stepped it up past couple episodes. Um, JR, we gonna have to do something to motivate them to wrap it up a little bit quicker. Your music is now background music for them. They like it too much. I need you to light a fire under this. For those of you who haven't already, be sure to like the episode, share the episode. Don't forget to subscribe. We have that 250 subscriber goal. Don't forget the call-in feature that we have. We are live every Tuesday, Thursday night at 9 p.m. Eastern time. Don't you motherfucking forget it. And are we going after show tonight? What we doing?
We still
After
ain't
show?
at 250. The fuck?
Yeah, we still ain't at 250. Can you believe that shit?
Man, fuck wrong with y'all, man? I've been told y'all need to get us at 250.
And this
Hey.
one with this shit, y'all don't have a motherfucking choice. Get us to 2 motherfucking 50.
Well, they're not going to,
Goddamn.
and they do have a choice though, and you just made them choose to not subscribe. Anyways, y'all, we appreciate the support, all of that stuff. We're trying to hit the hot topics for y'all, but don't forget to hit us with suggestions about topics that you want to hear about, so that way we can make sure that we are including you guys with the conversation. Thank you to everybody who came out and commented. Mike G, Bailey Baffles, what's good? I don't think I got to give y'all a shout out, but yeah. Y'all already know what it is. Y'all stay safe out here. All right. Say what? See
I said,
this month. Uh-huh.
nah, I was saying because my brother tapped into the live, and I was saying shout out to my brother
Oh,
Steven.
okay. Okay. Shout out to Zoe's brother. And everybody else who came through to the live, y'all. Like I always say, if anybody tells you that you can't, yes, the fuck you can, but it doesn't mean that you should. If you got 1,000 bottles of baby oil, you might want to call your therapist. Besos, blessings, and have a good night. Wait, are we going? Are we doing the after show? Are we doing it? Okay.
It's called Life with Love.